what's Houston's last name? Hollingsworth. Houston. Gosh, I can't remember. Anyway, he's here tonight, Mr. Houston, and everybody knows who I'm talking about, and they're screaming. I'm sure they're screaming at the radio. But he's here tonight, and he is also battling through cancer right now. But he is at the game tonight. He's got a granddaughter that's cheering tonight, so he's here to support her. And actually had a chance to give him a hug earlier before the game started, so glad to see him out and about.
Coming up tomorrow night, a special broadcast. We're going to be at Douglas tomorrow night. Douglas home against Susan Moore. Looking forward to that game. We'll have that game tomorrow night here on Power. Pregame at 6:30, kickoff at 7. And we're going out to the center of the field for the captains. We got Isaac Henderson, Colton Bagwell, also a Tillman Plunkett, our scholar athlete. And also, let's see, who's the other one, 53? Gage Cornelius.
If he's the student athlete, let him pick heads or tails.
Exactly.
That's right.
Now for the toss of the coin.
Hey, what an honor to be a captain tonight, okay? I've already explained to these guys, you're a captain. Anything happens on the football field, we're going to look to you to help us out, okay? All right? We good with that? Great. You're going to be the coin toss captain, right? Number 11? That's heads, that's tails. What do you call it?
Tails. Tails.
What did he say? Tails. He said tails, Ricky. We're going up. Captain, it is tails. You have won the toss.
Keith, what we got down there? Arab won the toss?
Looks like Arabs won the toss, and it looks like they're going to defer to the second half.
Okay.
So I'd assume the Aggies are going to take the ball. And, hey, let's get this home game going in the right way. Let's put together a good drive. And let's brag on this crowd right quick, man. I tell you what, the Aggies show up. I mean, we're filing in. They're standing everywhere. And, you know, Arabs brought a great crowd, too. This is just a classic county rivalry, you know, just an old school good Friday night or Thursday night tonight. So it's just awesome to get this football season going.
Let me ask you, Christian, because you've been an Aggie for many years. What do you think of the Aggie red jerseys tonight?
That's a little different. I like it. It looks like, what did we say it looked like earlier?
Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
They got the white pants, the red uniform, red jerseys, and the black helmets. And you switch to the other side. Looks like the Baltimore Indianapolis Colts coming to town tonight, John.
Yeah, got the white jerseys with the white pants, all decked out with the blue numerals and trimmed out in blue in their pants with the double stripe sleeve and pant. So the Atlanta Falcons and the old Baltimore Colts, if you're trying to get a read on what the jerseys look like, but let's tone it down to high school football. Marshall County rivalry now, getting ready to get it on between Albertville and that of the Arabian Nights.
You know, it's a county matchup, but how about Arab? They've dropped back to 5A this year. And here's the region. This is a great, gate region. You've got Arab, Douglas, Sardis, Scottsboro, Crossville, Boaz, Gunnersville.
Wow.
I would expect any home game in that mess there to have a huge crowd. I like that better. John, here you got 6 schools just within 30, 45 minutes of each other. That almost guarantees you a good gate regardless of what your record is.
So you're talking about Arab's region?
Arab, exactly.
Oh, Arab's region is phenomenal. I mean, and not only that, but you don't have any, next week we go to Florence, correct? Or no, excuse me, Boaz and then Florence.
Then Florence, right.
And which means we've got to leave on Tuesday to get to Florence on time. So the thing about Arab, and Coach Osmond and I actually talked about this week, is that relatively you're not on the bus for long periods of time. You get on the bus, make your little trip, get off and go. So, Barry, I'm really excited about this game with the Arabian Nights. So last week we talked about that the strength of the Albertville team coming out of the Oak Mountain Jamboree was the defense. Tonight, you elect to take the ball first. Coach English, I think, wants to see if he can get his offense rolling early in this game. Remember, last year, the Arabian Knights took the ball first. They scored early and set the tone. Looks like Coach English is going to try to set the tone and tempo early with his offense in this game.
You know, something we didn't get to see last week, and we had kickoffs and punts, but you had no return. But talking to some people today, Des Revolte, possibly the fastest young man on the field, maybe the fastest young man in any sport here for Albertville. I'm looking forward to seeing him returning and maybe see if he can get around one of the corners. And we are underway. High kick, short kick. Aggies will call the fair. Well, I thought he did call the fair catch, and then he tried to run it. So, but anyway, Aggies will play it safe. Did not get to see the return. Here come the Aggies on offense. Led by quarterback Andy Howard.
I think it was number 20, Barry, that was up on the up man who was able to take that. Looks like it was Caleb Gant. Throws his hands up, just safely wants to take the ball into the 25-yard line.
I'm guessing Arab thinks, Aggies had struggled on offense last week, didn't score. Let's put them on offense to begin the game.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And see if we might can get them a 3 and out, then we can, flip the field right off the bat. And looking at Arab's defensive line, the big man they're going to be calling a lot tonight, Will Kinnear, number 6'3" senior, transferred in for Buckhorn. He is a good one. Aggies set to go. Gant in the backfield beside Howard. from the 25-yard line, first down. Hands off to Gant, tries to bounce left side. He's got the corner. He is popped. Wow, 27-yard line. Hayden O'Reilly comes up and drills him after a 2-yard gain.
Oh, Hayden O'Reilly spoke very highly of by Coach Osmond, 3-time All-Region player, and they said he is probably the hardest hitter on the defense for Arab. Barry, I think he has set the tone early in this game. However, the offensive line did a great job of sealing this end, and Barry, that netted at least 2 yards on first down.
Cooper Colvin wide right side, Hunter Smith wide right, left side, Hayden Howard. Aggies one back in the backfield, second down and 8. Howard drops back, looks, quick pass, throws, got his man complete, 31, wrapped up. Just a good open field tackle, wrapped him up. It's a good gain, though. They're going to mark him forward progress to the 31, so it's a gain of about 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah, just a squat down route here along the near boundary, just trying to get what you can get. Number 5, Dylan Morrow for Arab, giving him a lot of cushion. Wide receiver Hayden Howard sees that, drives him, and when he turns his hips, he just squats down, does the Albertville receiver pitch and catch between brothers, and makes this a very manageable third down for the Albertville Aggies.
Looks like Aggies, even though they're in the spread offense, no huddle, they're going to just take their time, use some clock here. Third down 4 coming up, just underway first quarter. One man wide right side now. Smith will join him. So third down and 4 from the 31-yard line. Howard, they roll one back to him. Gant up the middle. Nobody's going to keep. Howard rolls right side. Being chased, they got him. That fooled nobody. Going to be dropped for a 3-yard loss. Fourth down coming up.
Yeah, and that was just a great job there. The defensive line of the Arabian Knights, they tried to do a little trickeration, I think, inside, but the defensive line reestablishing the line of scrimmage in the Albertville Aggie backfield. Just nowhere for Howard to go. He has to scramble and run away, and when he does, number 29, that's Keegan, number 29 is Caleb Perkins off the corner is able to chase him down from behind, drop him for a sack. Arabian Knight defense strikes first blood.
Fourth down 6, forcing the Aggies to punt. Howard back on his 15, the snap. Plenty of time. Low line drive. It's going to bounce. Puccio is back for the return. He's going to have to let it roll. So a great net all the way back to the 27-yard line. So really just so you go from 125 to the other 27, Chris. And that's where Arab will start.
Yeah, let's see if what the D's got tonight. Last week they played pretty good. Let's see if they follow up with that.
Last week, Isaac Henderson. I mean, in a jamboree game, 14 tackles in a jamboree game, man, that's pretty awesome last week.
There's some guys that don't have 14 tackles in a season.
Exactly.
You got Colton Bagwell. He's in there leading. He was probably the second leading tackler last week. Arab coming up. Aiden Cox, the senior, was a quarterback 2 years ago. Then Ed Johnson last week. Boy, he gave the Aggies fits last year. Cox hands off left side, tries to bounce around the corner. He's got the corner to the 35, close to an Arab first down. Got around the corner. They're going to mark him right at the stick. I say they're going to give him 10. They are a gain of 10, first down Arab.
Yeah, great job there. Aiden Cox, the senior quarterback, sees that Albertville's got a little bit outnumbered by the Arabian Knights on the left side, turns around and hands it to Jake Franklin, senior tailback, bounces to the outside. Great blocking by the wide receivers of Arab. Arab's offense, 9-yard gain on first down, Bear.
Yeah, correction, gain of 9, so it's second down and 1. Kind of the same thing we saw last year. You'd see a lot of Ed Johnson, the quarterback, back and forth. Quarterback Cox, hands off up the middle. Got a little hole. Going to stack him up. Probably 2 yards. Middle of the Aggie defense. Makes the tackle. Havis is one of the first Aggies there. So Arab 2 plays. First down.
Great job there on the interior as well. Christian Ramirez anchoring down from that defensive tackle position. The offensive line, I think the Albertville defensive line did a great job there in the interior, able to get just a little bit of movement was the Arab offensive line. He needed 1, gain 2, first down.
Just joining us, 9:14 to go in the quarter. Aggies had 3 plays and punt. Arab on the 38, first down and 10. Cox, the quarterback, hands off. First man up the middle. They're going to stack him up. Middle of the Aggie defensive line there, Keith. Stops him for, no gain on the play?
I saw what John was oh-oh-ohing about. It looked like Christian Ramirez got rolled up a little bit. It looks like he's okay. Yeah, great job by that right defensive end. That's one of the Kitchens boys. I think he's Reed, I guess. Reed's the youngest one. So great job of him setting the edge right there, and then the other 2 tackles getting over there and getting involved. That's the one thing Chris was talking about in pregame. One thing I was impressed with last week, the Aggies are rallying to the football. We're talking 8-9 hats to the ball every time.
Gain of a yard, second down and 9 in the backfield. O'Reilly, the running back alongside the quarterback Cox. Quick pitch to O'Reilly. Right side, tries to cut the corner. He's got a block, 45. Going to be hit in midfield, out of bounds, first down. One of the Aggies hit him, could not bring him down. Over there was Revolte, couldn't wrap him up. First down, Arab.
Brought trips wide receivers. That's 3 wide receivers here to the near boundary. As soon as Cox got it, made a really quick pitch. All 3 receivers got hat on hat. Great block, able to turn the corner. Need 9, gain 10, first down.
This time, no time at all between plays. Hands off up the middle. Riley will bounce it left side. 49, 46, 45, 41. A gain of 8. You know, you hate to say this, it makes you think a lot of like last year's game. They were getting 6, 7, 8 yards a carry.
Yeah, and the left side of that Arabian Night offensive line that time, able to really kind of get up in the grill of number 54. That's Reed Kitchens. Reed was able to turn it back inside. He did his job, but just not there to make the play. Linebackers for the Albertville Aggies rally to make the tackle shy of the first down.
Second down and 2. Franklin checks into the backfield. Cox out of the gun. Quick drop, looks, throws over the middle. Got his man a complete hit at the catch. 32-yard line, first down, Arab.
And Barry, right there, and Coach, you're down at field level. That is one of those, that play became wide open for the inside slot receiver because the Arabian Knights are able to successfully run the football.
Tillman, Plunkett, Isaac Henderson made the tackle. They moved the chains. Arab driving, 31-yard line. Hands off straight up the middle. He's got a little hole. 25, counts it left side, 20, 15, 10 to the sideline, and he will dive into the end zone. Arab jumps on top, 6-0.
Great job. Underneath handoff, back left side of the Albertville Aggie, the right side of the Albertville Aggie defensive line all got sealed in. Couldn't get to the outside, and also the offensive guard here along the far side, able to cut off the pursuit of the Albertville linebackers. That allowed number 3, Drake Franklin, to get to the sidelines, and off he goes to the races, dives for the pylon, touchdown Arab.
Wow, that didn't take long at all. Very impressive. 7:28 to go in the quarter, 6-0. Now for the point after, Puccio will be the holder. Aggies had no answer for the Arab defense at all on that drive. Snap, high snap, it's down. The kick is up. It is good. We'll take a timeout. Arab strikes first. 7:28 to go in the quarter. 7-0 the Knights. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
Hey folks, Tim Witt at Sand Mountain Toyota. Our goal is to be Sand Mountain's pre-owned vehicle destination. We strive to keep vehicles for every budget, and all of our vehicles go through a strict multi-point inspection by our award-winning service department. And don't forget, we're paying top dollar for your vehicle. We want to buy your vehicle. Sand Mountain Toyota, Highway 431 Albertville, or sandmountaintoyota.com.
Your local Foodland Market. Your store for everyday low prices and weekly specials with savings on every aisle and friendly customer service throughout the store. We sell only the best USDA inspected meats. Our trained meat cutters offer fresh cut meats to your specification. Our fruits and vegetables are always fresh, quality and variety you deserve every day. Your local Foodland Market, where savings plus service plus selection equals satisfaction.
Foodland, your football tailgating headquarters.
When my dad wanted a new mower, he'd say, "Come on, buddy, let's go see Jim, our local Toro dealer." For service, I'd hear, "Come on, buddy, let's call Jim." So naturally, I got my mower here. Some things never change. Right, buddy? Well, some things. Real people, real support. You can't beat the personal service from your neighborhood Toro dealer. There's a Toro dealer like Jim in your town.
Visit the helpful, knowledgeable staff at Bond's Appliance on Gunner Avenue in Gunnersville.
Since 1952, Wilkes Tire & Battery Service in Albertville has been the best place to take your vehicle for service you can trust. The Wilkes family takes pride in carrying on a tradition of providing great service, working with integrity, and giving back to the community. For tires, batteries, auto services, and more, choose people you can trust. At Wilkes Tire & Battery Service, we get you started and keep you going.
Welcome back, 7-0. Here's your Gilbert and Ball Ford scoring summary.
Yeah, you alluded to it during that drive, Barry. Last year, the Arabian Knights took their initial drive, put it into the end zone. Turnaround's fair play here in 2022. 8 plays, 73 yards. Franklin from 36 yards out, extra point up and good. And the Arabian Knights lead here on our home turf, 7-0.
Gilbert and Ball Ford in Albertville. Go see the difference where Fords really do cost less. 7-0, 7:28 to go. Early first quarter. High kick, short kick. And the Aggies will call a fair catch. And we'll start Oh, there's a late flag coming in. Now, he didn't try to return it after calling the fair catch. I'm not sure what else he was going to call.
Yeah, I don't know what this is.
He's something about signaling the fair catch. Is that a warning, or is that going to be an actual penalty?
Keith, what's he saying to your field level?
He's saying the return man did something.
He signaled the fair catch.
Yeah,
he took a couple of steps, so I guess they're going to.
But he took 2 steps backwards because the ball drifted on him.
Okay.
So what are they?
Well, they're going to mark it off 5 yards.
Illegal.
I guess that's a illegal. Hold on. Oh, probably an illegal fair catch signal or something.
He's supposed to only wave one hand. That's what I'm gathering down here too.
He waved. I don't know what that is. He waved hi to his mama in the stands.
Well, I know we need to get the offense going on this one. 7-zip, backed up on the 16-yard line last time. 3 plays and punt. Howard out of the gun. Gant beside him. Arab a 3-man front. Arab's defense shut us down last time. Low snap again. Howard drops back, tucks. There's a hold coming in. 2 of them, 3 of them, 3 flags. He's going to take it to the 20-yard line. That's all for nothing, a gain of 4. Yeah, there's 3 officials agree on that one. Somebody's caught holding.
Well, it was the nose tackle, number 6, that Will Kinnear. That's the senior nose tackle, moved in from Buckhorn. He did a Judd Dalrymple did a really great job at his center position, got a combo block on that, and then they were trying to rotate him out of there, and when he did, he kind of broke the double team, and there was no choice. You actually kind of had to hold. And, I'm not a big advocate of penalties, but right there, guys, you ended up having to get a hold on that one.
Aggie offensive line, we got West, Dalrymple. We'll get the other names in a second. They back it up again, half the distance. They're going to mark it back to the 5-yard line. That's more than half the distance. So 5-yard line, unless you went half the distance inside the 20. They marked that one back all the way to the 5-yard line. Low snap, hands off again. Nope, he's going to roll left side. Looks, nobody open. Finally sees a man not in time. He's going to step out of bounds. Cooper Colvin is open at the last second, but nobody open. Good job of the Arab defense. So we're going to step out of bounds around the 7-yard line.
And that was a coverage. I guess you called it a sack or run out of bounds right there in front of you, Coach. Just a great job by the secondary of Arab. Nowhere for Howard to go with the football.
Yeah, they did a good job on that one. But I think there's something we're going to have to do with Andy is roll him out because of that nose guard as good as he is.
So 7-yard line, a gain of about a yard on that. So it's 2nd and long. Hands off to Colvin. Colvin in the backfield tries to cut around the right side. They're going to drive him backwards inside the 5, back to the 4. They're going to give him progress. Luckily, they're going to say that's very generous because he was tackled at the 3-yard line. They're going to say progress, and they're being generous on that one. They're going to mark it. Is it the 7? They're going to say no gain. That's a lucky break for the Aggies, really.
Well, it's just a sweep, or quick sweep, quick underneath, whatever you want to call it, just trying to get wide, trying to find somewhere to go with the football. And right now, the Arabian Knights, utilizing that speed and very experienced secondary, read what Albertville was trying to do, came up and made a huge tackle.
And 3rd down long, got to take it to the 26. And there's a whistle flag. Did somebody move? Yep, there's a flag down against the Aggies, I'm afraid. Didn't see many of those last week.
I think we got the, right now, guys, we've got to settle down, Coach. You're right down there at field level. You got your receivers that are wanting to get into their routes, realizing that it's 3rd down in a country mile and they're going to have to go deep. So they're trying to get a jump on the Arabian Knights, and that was just, I had a coach call it the yips. You just had one that was trying to go early.
Now half the distance, back to the 3-yard line, and got to take it to the 26, so it's 3rd and 23. And Andy Howard's back in his own end zone waiting on the snap out of the shotgun. They're going to try to get something positive. Rolls to his left side, has pressure again. Looks, throws, incomplete. Colvin was there out of bounds. It would have been well short of the 1st down. But I tell you, the Aggies were lucky again. There wasn't another holding call called down there, Keith. Right in front of you, I think one of the Aggie linemen had somebody by the jersey again.
Well, and that's what you run that risk when you're doing a lot of the rollout stuff, what we used to call rodeo and lasso. You're either going to the left or the right with the quarterback. You've got to be sound. You've got to get to where you're supposed to be, especially as that tackle and the guard on the play side, because if you don't get your steps right and you don't get where you're supposed to be, you're going to have to reach for that defensive player, and you get yourself out of position.
So now they're going to punt, and Howard is standing right back at the back of his end zone. They better hurry. Play clock at 3, down to 2, down to 1. Finally the snap, and a little pressure. It's almost blocked. Gets rid of it, high kick, short kick, takes an Aggie bounce. Luckily, he's going to bounce to midfield. That's a break. That was almost blocked. It bounces at the 40 and goes across midfield. So now Arab will start just past midfield with a 7-0 lead.
Yeah, that was a great bounce. And I'm going to tell you something, too. You talk about Howard and how he's been in this fray since he was a freshman. Great job there, under pressure, able to get the punt out of the end zone, Bear.
Got a heat timeout. We'll take a timeout. 5:50 to go in the first. Arab on top, 7-0. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
People's Bank is my go-to place for banking.
When you deal with People's, their goal is your success.
Here at People's Bank, it's more about a relationship.
I know my bankers, and I've got their cell numbers. I just call them.
If we had been with a larger bank, we would have just been a number. We're supported 100% by People's Bank.
They're our neighbor, they're our friends. We're part of this community.
I went to People's Bank because I knew they were going to take care of me.
People's Bank treat us like we're the most important client they have.
Come experience Sand Mountain Park and Amphitheater. We're a 130-acre park filled with adventure. From our indoor aquatic center and RV park, tennis courts, and our state-of-the-art fitness center and amphitheater. We offer youth and adult sports leagues for all ages at our first-class facilities. Whether it's baseball, basketball, group exercise classes, playgrounds, or your favorite band in concert, Sand Mountain Park and Amphitheater has something for everyone. Join our effort to improve the health of our community and win the day at Sand Mountain Park.
Since 1956 and through 3 generations, the C.A. Langford Company has provided crushed limestone, sand, asphalt, and more. From large commercial projects to small jobs and residential needs. For products and services information, call 582-5723 or visit their informative website, calangford.company. Marshall County Gas is a proud supporter of this community channel broadcast. Remember, gas does it better naturally.
First, 3 plays and punt. Arab then drove it down the field, taking it in from a 36 yards out, 7-zip. Aggies get it back, and they went backwards on that drive, Chris, with a penalty here and a sack here, or actually a penalty here is a big thing, big killer.
Yeah, that's negative yardage, I'm sure.
Yeah, so Arab will start right at midfield. Hopefully the Aggies had a chance to go over. Defensive coordinator Callahan, see if we can get the Aggies back to where they looked last week against Oak Mountain. You can't take falling back 14-0 right up the middle. He's got a hole, 45, 44, 43. They are blowing up a huge hole in the middle of the Aggie defense.
Yeah, and here's what's bad, guys. Only one, let me say that again, only one returning starter from last year's offensive line. 4 of those 5 Arabian offensive linemen are new. Got a lot of playing time last year, but it's the first time that they're being a starter. But Coach Osmond said this is probably the most physical group that he's had while he's been at Arab. Barry, I would agree.
Gain of 8, second down and 2. Quarterback Cox, quick drive throws. Right side, got his man, stops, cuts, 36-35. They wrap him up to the 36-yard line. Bagwell is one of the first Aggies there, along with Evan Jordan, but it's another Arab first down.
Aiden Cox, as soon as he gets the ball, wants to get it into the hands of his wide receiver. Snap throw out here to Drew Puccio, who's able to get to the corner. Got great blocking here along the near boundary, able to extend the ball into the 35-yard line of the Albertville Aggies and move the chains.
Difference so far is their defense putting pressure on Andy Howard. Our defense, those little short passes, we don't have time to put pressure on their quarterback. It's like a 2-step drop, and he's rid of it already. He'll turn, hands off to Franklin up the middle. That good job of the Aggie defense that time. Havis got a hand on him, tripped him up as he falls across the line, picks up a couple. Bagwell also there. And also Julia Staten, so it's going to be a gain of 2.
Yeah, that was a great job. Great job.
They're going fast again. Second down and 8 from the Aggie 33-yard line. Cox trying to pull ball. He did too. Yeah.
And remember, we got some youth up there in that defensive line, and so the Arabian Knights run up to the line. They've been going on probably 1 or whatever that snap count is, Barry. That time, very experienced quarterback, Aiden Cox, comes up, does a hard bark, and when he does, one of those young defensive linemen just jumps into the neutral zone.
Chris, we didn't see that last week.
No, we didn't.
I thought we'd got past that point, but, it's going to happen. Now you're looking at second down and short. Second down and 3, and you're on the Aggie 28-yard line. Arab on top, 7-zip, driving with 4:11 to go in the quarter. Cox rolls left side. Looking downfield, looks, throws short, got his man complete, breaks the tackle, 20 to the 15. Henderson will have driving down out of bounds. A couple of Aggies over there too. Plunkett's over there, but it's another Arab first down.
Yeah, that's Brody McCain along the far boundary, just running a sticks route. The outside receiver and the in far, they have trips, Barry. So the number 1 and number 3 receiver goes deep. He's lined up in the slot, runs literally, it was 5 or 6 yards for the first down. He runs to the first down marker, catches it, eludes the initial Albertville tackler, and able to gain about 7 more yards after the catch.
Arab's 16-yard line, trying to add to their 7-0 lead. 4 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Cox hands off Franklin. Franklin stops, changes directions over the 11 to the 10-yard line. Maybe it's going to be a gain of about 4 to 5 yards. Keith, everything they're doing right now is working.
Yeah, it is. And now they're going fast again. Let's watch for another, see if we can't freeze right here, not jump off.
Second down and 5 from about the 10-yard line, knocking on the door. Cox hands off Franklin again, hits the middle. 6, 5, 4, 3, diving to the 2-yard line again, Keith, straight up the middle of the Aggie defense.
Yeah, and we're just out of position right now, and I think we're a little bit gassed. Looks like Isaac's holding his chest. It looks like he's either gassed or maybe he took a shot. Yeah, we got to play technique football. You got to be where you're supposed to be. Get low, get your hands on the players in front of you wherever you're supposed to control that guy. Set the edge with your outside guy and let our linebackers rally the football.
2-yard line, first and goal for Arab.
And, Coach, you're down there at field level. As big and as tall as those Arabian Night offensive linemen are, I think Drake, the running back, sometimes gets hid behind that big size, and all of a sudden, boop, he pops out in the linebacker core.
Franklin, O'Reilly in the backfield, 2 backs. Hands off to O'Reilly, 2-1 behind his big offensive lineman. He will walk into the end zone. Arab up 13-0.
Underneath handoff going to the far boundary. The offensive linemen are able to get hat on hat and begin to push back. The Albertville defensive lineman had a running back lined up kind of in a wing that felt was kind of like a what you would call a lead blocker back in the day. And number 7, Hayden O'Reilly, senior defensive back who comes in as a running back, takes all 184 pounds and just hits his blocking back in the back and drives them into the end zone for a touchdown.
Now for the point after 3 minutes to go in the quarter, trying to make it 14-0. Arab rolling here in the first quarter. The snap, the kick in the air looks perfect from here. It's good. We'll take a timeout. 3 minutes to go in the first. Arab up 14-0. You're listening to Albertville Football on Power 107.5.
With your Citizens Bank and Trust digital wallet, your busy life just got a lot less complicated. The Citizens Bank and Trust digital wallet is compatible with Apple, Google, and Samsung Pay, and it's available right now on your mobile device. Citizens Bank and Trust. Small bank, big difference.
Since 1943, the Municipal Utilities Board has been meeting utility needs of the citizens of Albertville and surrounding areas. From keeping your home comfortable to providing necessary expansions and supporting industrial and commercial growth, MUB provides the utilities you rely on in your everyday life. Electricity, water, wastewater, all at a reasonable cost. MUB is committed to providing reliable service today and resources tomorrow. MUB is proud to be a supporter of this community channel broadcast.
If you need reliable family transportation, you need to see us. Every vehicle is warranted for the life of your contract and comes with a free Carfax. It's why we say,
the driving factor, beyond your normal buy here, pay here.
At Piggly Wiggly, we work hard to deliver the very best to you and your family. We offer only the top quality Black Canyon Angus beef, Swift natural fresh pork, grade A Kegel fresh chicken, smoked, processed, and frozen meat items. One of the most popular promotions at Piggly Wiggly is our Pick 5 meat program. Purchase a single pack of meat and pay our everyday low price, or purchase 5 packages marked with the bright red Pick 5 label for just $19.99. You get the best of both worlds, great quality meats and a super low price. You'll always find low prices throughout Piggly Wiggly.
Family-owned and operated Discount Building Supply in Warrenton is a whole lot more than building supplies and hardware. Stop by and browse their 130,000 square foot home center. You'll find popular smoker grills with supplies and seasonings, family outing and tailgate supplies, Yeti coolers, outdoor and hunting apparel, landscape management supplies, boathouse products, and everything to beautify your outdoor living space. Discount Building Supply and Home Center. 3 generations of the Walker family proudly serving your family.
Arabian Knights the ball at the 50-yard line. 6 plays, 50 yards. O'Reilly in from 7 yards out. Extra point up and good. And the Arabian Knights here in the first quarter leading the Aggies 14-0.
Gilbert and ball forward in Albertville. Go see the difference where Fords really do cost less. High kick, short kick, This time the Aggies going to try to return this one. They will. Gant 20-25 runs over a man. Good hard run by Gant. They're going to stack him up around the 30-yard line. It'll be the best start of the night for Aggies, but really the Aggie defense, Chris, last week played lights out.
Yeah.
Tonight, Arab, we have no answer for them on the air defensive side.
Well, I think it's because, we've talked about this a million times, the more physical game right here. Yeah.
Right now, I'll put the physicality of the Arabian Nights versus the Oak Mountain Eagles any day of the week.
Yeah.
Aggies got to have a first down because the defense, they've been on the field about the entire first half. Offense have had 6 plays. Got to get a first down. Got to give the defense a chance to rest. So let's see what we got. Howard, a couple of snaps have rolled back to him. That does hurt when you're in the shotgun. You got to have a good clean snap. Andy with Gant beside him, 3 receivers. Good snap, hands off to Gant. Gant luckily nobody keeps it. 35-36. Luckily one of the Knights broke through and fell down, but Andy, nice run, picks up 5 yards, biggest play of the game.
And Andy does a great job of holding that in the gut of his running back. He's reading the defensive end. When the defensive end takes the running back, he goes north and south, and it was the nose tackle, the big nose tackle for Arab. Kinnear able to make the tackle, but Andy, probably our best offensive play of the game so far, Barry, able to gain 6 on first down.
I'd go back to Arab's offense. Those little 4, 5, 6 yard passes.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got the defense about 10 yards off of them now. Just step back and throw a little short pass. Turns, hands off to Gant. Gant, wow, pops in the backfield. Down for a loss on the play. Gant was a slam. It's like a wrestling move. Arab always has a good wrestling team. I think the wrestling just broke out here on a football Thursday night.
Yeah, Coach Osmond said he's going to bring pressure from his linebacker core. Very experienced linebacker core as well. And their middle linebacker, Logan Slivka, number 4, is the quarterback on defense, and he is the hammer, is what they call him. You saw the blitz right there, Barry, and Gant unfortunately had to pay as an Albertville Aggie did not pick up the blitz coming through on the offensive line.
Loss of 2, 3rd down, 7 from the 27-yard line, 90 seconds to go in the quarter. Howard back to pass, looks, has pressure, steps up, they got him. Back at the 26-yard line. The difference so far, Arab, they're having time to throw. Andy, when he gets the snap, he's got to run for his life, Keith, and it happened again, and Andy's a little slow getting up.
Yeah, the number 6, the move in for them is really, really good. He just beat a double team, and he's done it so far all night long. He's beaten double teams. I've noticed in this last drive they moved Trot English to center, and Judd Dalrymple is playing the left guard spot. I don't know if it started out like that. John, do you know?
No, Judd Dalrymple started the center. They may have moved him over. Trot is a backup center just to be able to, maybe they're thinking Judd's getting a little bit freshman, have an eye of that guy down as a freshman.
Got to punt it away. Howard almost blocked again. Great kick, high kick, fair catch called for at the Arab 44. They've had good field position the entire game, especially the last 2 drives. Began at midfield, this one on the 44. Here's the problem, Chris. Offense has been out there, 3 times, 3 plays and punt?
Yep.
No first downs.
Yeah, the defense, that last drive was just seeing how sluggish and slow they've got. So on this next one, you need to get a grip here and make a stop.
This is a big drive. If you go down 21-0 at home against a good Arab team, that's not a good start. Arab thought the Aggies were trying to call a timeout for a moment, but nope. Arab with the ball, 44-yard line, up 14-0 on their 44. Cox quick drop throws to the left side, drops it. Nope, yeah, he was in front. So incomplete pass. Had he made the catch, he had a little bit of running room.
I think that's one of those where Drew Puccio knew that once he caught it, that he had so much faith in the other 2 receivers to throw their block. Jink, you're a wide out. I think he tried to run before he was able to collect that ball in there a little bit.
He's looking for he caught it.
It may take the defense forcing a turnover, forcing something here to get the offense, give them a little spark, maybe a big play here. 44-yard line, 2nd down and 10. That's one of the few plays that didn't gain a yard for Arab. Right. Most plays are gaining 4, 5, 6 yards. Cox, the snap, rolls left side. Rolls, stops, looks, throws back downfield. Got a man, got him up 30, 25, 20, and he will score.
Wow. Just a rollout here to the near boundary. They had sealed. The defensive end had done a great job of turning Cox back inside, but Barry, all of a sudden, as soon as he was trying to find somewhere to go, and Barry, Drew Puccio, the one who missed it just a few moments ago, running a go route, gets in between the safety and the defensive back. Aiden Cox throws an absolute laser. Puccio climbs the ladder, snags it out of the air. When he lands, he's able to out-juke the safety and then outrun all 11 Albertville Aggies to the end zone on a 2-play drive.
Now for the point after with still time remaining in the first quarter, 22 seconds. They could go up 21-0. The snap, the kick in the air, looks good from here. And this one,
you missed that one.
No, wide right, no good. We'll take a timeout. 22 seconds to go in the quarter. Arab on top, 20-0. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
With your Citizens Bank and Trust digital wallet, your busy life just got a lot less complicated. The Citizens Bank and Trust digital wallet is compatible with Apple, Google, and Samsung Pay, and is available right now on your mobile device. Citizens Bank and Trust. Small bank, big difference.
Since 1943, the Municipal Utilities Board has been meeting utility needs of the citizens of Albertville and surrounding areas. From keeping your home comfortable to providing necessary expansions and supporting industrial and commercial growth, MUB provides the utilities you rely on in your everyday life. Electricity, water, wastewater, all at a reasonable cost. MUB is committed to providing reliable service today and resources tomorrow. MUB is proud to be a supporter of this community channel broadcast.
Established in 1946, Kirkpatrick Concrete has a tradition of top quality products and service. They now have 11 North Alabama locations to meet this area's demand for quality ready-mix concrete. For your next project, your friends at Kirkpatrick Concrete are just down the road.
Arab strikes again. Here's your Gilbert and Ball Ford scoring summary.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 plays. I thought we might be able to get out. The defense could help us get out of the first quarter where we could regroup a little bit, but Aiden Cox had a little different things on his mind. 2 plays, 56 yards. Cox to Puccio, 56-yard strike. The extra point, no good, but Arab up in this game. First quarter, 20-0.
Here's a kick, high kick, short kick. Returnable, Gant, 30-35. He's got a hole, 40-45, breaks the tackle. 45 to the 40, 30, out of bounds. Aggies with finally a big play, no flags, all the way down deep inside Arab territory.
Boy, that is what you need when you're down 20-0. Sometimes a big play on special teams can be the spark that you need. Here along the near side, Gant able to get the ball, gets north and south, finds a little bit of seam in the coverage team of the Arabian Knights, and literally here along the near boundary, running all the way down the numbers, the last man for the Arabian Knights, who had a chance, got him out of bounds at the 27, but if there was ever a chance to get a spark, Barry, here it is.
How big is this drive, Chris? Got to have something.
Yeah, this is the biggest one of the game.
13 seconds to go in the quarter. Colvin will be wide right side. We'll give you the Aggie offensive line. We'll check on that in a second, John. We've got a Gant in the backfield, Howard beside him. Left side, you got the other Howard, Hayden Howard. So 3 receivers from the Arab 33-yard line, first down and 10. Howard hands off to get Noby, fakes those behind his man, almost picked off. Andy Howard is flattened. There's that big defensive lineman again. Howard had to throw that ball in a hurry, Keith, and he was pelted when he got rid of the ball.
I don't know what we're going to have to do. We need to triple team that guy, whatever we got to do. You can't let the nose in a football game control the football game. He's the nose, playing a zero spot right there. The nose is the first weapon they have. He's the first guy you've got to stop. He's the closest thing to the football. Triple team him, hit him in the mouth with an H-back, whatever you got to do. We got to get that guy to stop putting our quarterback on the ground.
Aggies had a receiver open, but it didn't have time to throw. Second down and 10 from the Arab 33. 2 men wide right. The other Howard to the left. He's in motion, and the Aggies call a timeout. Had to. A little confusion. That's a good timeout. You need points here. Let's take a timeout. 7 seconds to go in the quarter. Aggies driving down 20-0. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5. At the Aggie offensive line, they got to find some kind of answer, especially for a big number 6, Will Kinnear.
Yeah, and right now, Sawyer West on the outside is the left tackle, right tackle, Gage Cornelius. That's your senior-most part of this offensive line. Judd Dalrymple started this game at center, but they've moved him over to left guard, dropping Trot English, the left guard, in at center, with Jace Golden being the right guard. Those offensive linemen going to have to give Howard a little bit of time in the backfield. Got to come away with points inside Arab's 30-yard line.
Yeah, Colvin and Smith wide right side, Howard wide left. Aggie second down and 10. 7 seconds to go in the quarter, down 20-0 on the Arab 33. Turns, hands off, nope, fakes to Gant, rolls right side, looks, throws to the end zone, going up, pushing and shoving. That's got to be a flag. Yep, 2 flags. Tackled in the end zone without the football. Yeah, that's going to draw a flag.
Yeah, and if we're playing in the NFL, they're going to get the ball at the 1-yard line. But the good thing is Albertville's going to get a first down now. They're going to get a 15-yard pass interference, I think they're going to call it. Hold on. Pass interference on defense. I thought for a minute they were calling on offense, but I'm like, there's no way they're going to move that ball 15 yards. That's going to move the chains, put the ball in at about the 15-yard line or so when we come back.
Yep, that'll end the first quarter. Aggies driving. We'll take a timeout. Got to have some points. Aggies down 20-0. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
Family-owned and operated Discount Building Supply in Warrenton is a whole lot more than building supplies and hardware. Stop by and browse their 130,000 square foot home center. You'll find popular smoker grills with supplies and seasonings, family outing and tailgate supplies, Yeti coolers, outdoor and hunting apparel, landscape management supplies, boathouse products, and everything to beautify your outdoor living space. Discount Building Supply and Home Center. 3 generations of the Walker family proudly serving your family.
This is John Connor with Howard.
Welcome back.
Proud to be a
Aggies driving. That was a heads-up play by Andy Howard, Chris, because he looked in the end zone. His receiver was covered, but he knew the defender was not even looking, so he threw it, knowing, I think, that his brother Hayden was going to come back and probably get bumped into or tackled or interfered with. I think that's exactly what happened in the end zone. We got a flag on A-Rab.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been waiting on that matchup, and like Keith was saying earlier, they've got matchups in the wideouts. We just need to use them.
Just a good heads-up play. So now the Aggies, with the penalty, have a first down on the 14-yard line. We're going to run one play because the quarter could not end on a defensive penalty. So this will be a play with no time on the clock. It's first down and 10 on the A-Rab 14-yard line. Low snap again. Low option. Pitch back to Gant. Bad pitch. Gant chasing it's got it. They're going to throw him backwards on the play, and it's going to be a huge loss. So you go from first and 10 on the 14 to now, let's see, progress. They're going to give the Aggies a break. They're going to mark it at the 17. He was thrown down back around the 26, but luckily they're only going to lose 3 yards on the play. Yeah. So now the first quarter is officially over. Yeah. We'll take a timeout. First quarter over. Aggies driving, but down 20-0. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
Yeah. Horizon Communications' archives of local high school sports and school programs now spans decades and generations, covering multiple sports and programs. DVDs of these memorable events make the perfect gift for any occasion, and the cost is simple and affordable. The first game or program DVD is $20, the second game or program is $15, and then any others are only $10 each, all on their own individual DVD. Pre-1990 games converted from coaches' films are as low as $5 per game. We have hundreds of games from the late 50s on up. Give us a call at 256-582-7373, message us on Facebook, or email mharden@horizoncommunications.net to check the availability of your desired event. Let Horizon Communications help you with the gift of video to be treasured for a lifetime. Since 1992, Horizon Communications has brought you community channel programming. As we're preparing for another season of high school sports, we'd like to take this opportunity to thank our many loyal community-minded sponsors who've supported Horizon's local origination programming through the years. We encourage our local viewers to patronize our local sponsors and let them know how much you enjoy Horizon's community channel broadcast. For information on joining our team of community channel broadcast sponsors, give Mike Harden a call at 256-582-7373.
Second quarter coming up. Aggies need points here on the A-Rab 17-yard line after the great kick return. Now it's 2nd and 13. One man wide right side, 3 to the left. 3-man rush coming up. Gant beside Howard. Low snap again. Hands off to Gant up the middle. Nothing. A yard. Almost like every other snap is low where Howard, it's taking him 1 to 2 seconds, reach down, pick it up, and then look up and try to find a receiver.
Well, and an underneath handoff to Gant, and Gant's going to have to be one of those that's going to get in the ice bath once this game's over with. He is absolutely getting pounded. But, Coach, once again, we talked about it during the break, number 6, that nose tackle, he is, when I say all-region and all-state player, there's no doubt what you're watching right there. That was a double team. He's able to beat and split the double team and make the tackle for a 1-yard gain.
3rd and 12. It's almost 2-down territory here. If you don't even get it here, you need a touchdown. 3rd down and 12 from the A-Rab 16-yard line. Hands off to Gant, fakes to Gant, looks, throws to the end zone. Colvin's there, got it! Touchdown, Albertville.
They've been running the underneath handoff. That time, Cooper Colvin able to get position, gets behind the linebacker. They're able to run the safety off with trips on the far side. Cooper Colvin on a post route, able to climb the ladder. Andy Howard sees him, and the Albertville Aggies able to get some of those points back on a beautiful drive with great field position, led by the field general, Andy Howard.
What about a Keith Ball? Can that play work again and again and again?
Well, like you said in the break, I think the short passing game's got to be our friend in this one to get away from number 6. I believe they built the young man in a lab somewhere. He's like a Frankenstein monster.
Alex Mateo for the extra point, first attempt of the year, even in the Jamboree game. It's up. It's good. Aggies on the board will take a timeout. Early second quarter. Arab leads 20-7. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
Hey folks, Tim Witt at Sand Mountain Toyota. Our goal is to be Sand Mountain's pre-owned vehicle destination. We strive to keep vehicles for every budget, and all of our vehicles go through a strict multi-point inspection by our award-winning service department. And don't forget, we're paying top dollar for your vehicle. We want to buy your vehicle. Sand Mountain Toyota, Highway 431 Albertville, or sandmountaintoyota.com.
Your local Foodland Market. Your store for everyday low prices and weekly specials with savings on every aisle and friendly customer service throughout the store. We sell only the best USDA inspected meats. Our trained meat cutters offer fresh cut meats to your specification. Our fruits and vegetables are always fresh. Quality and variety you deserve every day. Your local Foodland Market, where savings plus service plus selection equals satisfaction.
Foodland, your football tailgating headquarters.
When my dad wanted a new mower, he'd say, "Come on, buddy, let's go see Jim, our local Toro dealer." For service, I'd hear, "Come on, buddy, let's call Jim." So naturally, I got my mower here. Some things never change. Right, buddy? Well, some things. Real people, real support. You can't beat the personal service from your neighborhood Toro dealer. There's a Toro dealer like Jim in your town.
Visit the helpful, knowledgeable staff at Bonds Appliance on Gunner Avenue in Gunnersville.
Since 1952, Wilkes Tire & Battery Service in Albertville has been the best place to take your vehicle for service you can trust. The Wilkes family takes pride in carrying on a tradition of providing great service, working with integrity, and giving back to the community. For tires, batteries, auto services, and more, choose people you can trust. At Wilkes Tire & Battery Service, we get you started and keep you going.
Touchdown Albertville. Here's your Gilbert and Ball Ford scoring summary.
Day when you had to have a drive to get the ball into the end zone to score some points to stop this Arab offensive onslaught, you put the ball into the hands of Andy Howard after a great return to the Arab 27-yard line. 5 plays, 27 yards later, Howard to Cooper Colvin for a 16-yard touchdown. Mateo with an extra point up and good. And the Albertville Aggies able to cut into the Arabian Night lead. Knights, however, still lead this one, Barry, 20-7 here in the second.
Gilbert and Ball, Ford and Albertville go see the difference where Fords really do cost less. Aggies kick, line drive is going to bounce at the 20. The deep man's got it 15-yard line, 20-25. They're going to wrap him up 27-28. Keith, to get a chance, you may want to walk over toward the Aggie. Well, he's up now. But they were doing some work on one of the fingers of Hayden Howard. I knew when he went down into the end zone earlier, when that interference call, he got up holding his left hand. Looked like they were throwing some tape on one of his fingers. Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, I'll get an update on him.
But how big was that kick return just a few minutes ago, Chris, that gave the Aggies great field position? That gave the entire team a spark.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what you got to have, and hopefully the defense can give us another little bit of spark.
Finally, the defense got a little bit of a breather on that drive. Arab will start on the 27-yard line, first down. Hands off, first man through, 30, 31, 32, 33. We don't have an answer at the moment for just the handoff straight up the middle. They're getting 4, 5, 6 yards of carry, John.
Yeah, no, and the right side of that, you said it, the physicality of the right side, or even both sides, the entire offensive line of the Arabian Knights right now, making holes, forcing our linebackers to come up and make a tackle. But, Barry, before they can make a tackle, and the Arabian Knight running backs in the backfield, or excuse me, in the linebacker core, they're gaining 5, 6 yards a pop.
Second down and 6, 2 men wide left side, Aggies 4 men front. Great job of the quarterback, Cox. He looks good. Hands off left side. Franklin hit at the line. They almost stripped the ball away. Havis almost stripped it. They're going to wrap him up around the 36-yard line. That's going to be close to an A-Rab first down. I thought Havis almost had a takeaway there, John. He had the ball almost coming out for a second.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you, it was a bad handoff, Barry. If you saw the mesh point, the ball was bouncing around the Arabian Night running back trying to get the ball into his hands, and literally right before he was able to secure it, Havis comes in with a chance for could have been a big turnover, but nonetheless able to move the ball forward was Franklin for the first down.
First down and 10, 37-yard line. Franklin stays in. Quarterback Cox, he has time, throws, almost picked off. Did he make the catch? No. Great diving effort over here by Des Revolte. That young man, they've been picking on the entire game, Keith.
Yeah, they have, and he's got to step up. I know he's a freshman, and he was all over that one. He was right in that guy's hip pocket. The biggest thing about him, he doesn't weigh but about 115 pounds, so when they run that ball to his side, he's going to have to get low and get mean on him.
Yep, second down and 10. One of the few second down and 10s they've had this game, Chris. Most time it's second and short. Clock stopped, 9:53 to go on the half. A-Rab up 20-7. Aggies scored just moments ago on a Cooper Colvin 16-yard touchdown catch. It's like they're changing the play. Quarterback Aiden Cox looks at the sideline, now ready. Drops back quick, drop throws. Got his man open 40. He is popped at the 40-yard line. Great tackle, Tillman Plunkett. It's a gain of 4, second down and 6 coming up.
Yeah,
third and 6.
Tillman Plunkett did a great job. He had coverage on the outside receiver. As he began to turn his hips to run with the receiver, he realized that Aiden Cox was throwing the quick out route. That's the reason why he's our student athlete. Yep. He realized that watching film, lets his man go, turns back inside, makes a great tackle. Upcoming possession down for the Arabian Nights.
One of the few third downs and more than 5 they had the entire game. Big play, third down 6. And in motion right side. A-Rab sitting on their 41-yard line. And timeout called. A-Rab will call a timeout. We'll take one. 8:55 to go in the half. 20-7 A-Rab up. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
People's Bank is my go-to place for banking.
When you deal with People's, their goal is your success.
Here at People's Bank, it's more about a relationship.
I know my bankers, and I've got their cell numbers. I just call them.
If we had been with a larger bank, we would have just been a number. We're supported 100% by People's Bank.
They're our neighbor, they're our friends. We're part of this community.
I went to People's Bank because I knew they were going to take care of me.
People's Bank treat us like we're the most important client they have.
Come experience Sand Mountain Park and Amphitheater. We're a 130-acre park filled with adventure. From our indoor aquatic center and RV park, tennis courts, and our state-of-the-art fitness center and amphitheater. We offer youth and adult sports leagues for all ages at our first-class facilities. Whether it's baseball, basketball, group exercise classes, playgrounds, or your favorite band in concert, Sand Mountain Park and Amphitheater has something for everyone. Join our effort to improve the health of our community and win the day at Sand Mountain Park.
Since 1956 and through 3 generations, the C.A. Langford Company has provided crushed limestone, sand, asphalt, and more. From large commercial projects to small jobs and residential needs. For products and services information, call 582-5723 or visit their informative website, calangford.company. Marshall County Gas is a proud supporter of this community channel broadcast. Remember, gas does it better naturally.
Xavier side, and it's usually to the field side, which the widest side of the field. If Xavier can read that a little earlier than what he is, he can pick that and go to the house.
Aggie band lighting it up. They'll turn hands off to Franklin. Stops, changes direction. First down over the 47-48. Give that first down to the running back. The play design to go left. He stopped John, changed direction, and gets a first down on his own.
Now, you're exactly right. The Albertville Aggie defense played it perfectly. He's able to slam on his brakes, come out the back door, needed 6, gained 8, first down.
Drake Franklin, good running back. There's Franklin again. He'll try the right side. He's got a little room around the corner. 45, runs into his own man. 40 down the sideline. First down, Arab inside the 40 to the Aggie 38-yard line. Another Arabian Night first down.
Yeah, and right there, notice that as soon as they got that first down, Coach, Arab quickly up to the line of scrimmage. They don't want to give Albertville a chance to catch their breath, and because they didn't do that, Barry, they turn it right back into Franklin, and what does he get? About 12 yards on a first down carry just by moving quick.
Moving again, Aggies try to catch their breath again. Arab now sitting on the Albertville 38-yard line, 8:34 to go in the half. Cox, quick drop, throws left side, got his man complete, gets a great block around the corner, 35 to the 30 to the 29, 28. First down, Arab, close. A gain of about 9, maybe 10 on that one.
Boy, the secondary, Keith, right in front of you, came up to make that play. Puccio, here's the wide receiver. As soon as he catches it, he has done that 3 times. A little juke, and when he's able to do that, gets the Albertville defender out of position and makes big yards.
Well, one thing, the freshman cornerback we've got over here, Revolte, he ran under the block, which gave the outside. He can't do that. He's got to fight off that block, and he's got to set the edge right there.
9-yard gain, second down and 1. Sitting on the Aggie 29, 28-yard line. Franklin in the backfield, hands off to Franklin, straight up the middle, 25, 20, 15 to the 10, to the 10-yard line. A lot of missed tackles downfield, Keith. One happened right in front of you there.
Yeah, hey, the kid's he's a good running back. He really is. He runs more of like a 200-pound back than he does a 180, 175-pound back. He's a good running back. We've got to bring it, and we've got to make the tackle. It's not going to be easy tonight.
I tell you who reminds me of running, and Coach, tell me if I'm crazy, he looks like a little Christian McCaffrey, the way he runs the football, just hard-nosed and finds his spots and goes with it.
I tell you, I was thinking of Jacob Dendy from a couple years ago.
Arab knocking on the door again, up 20-7. First down, hands off to O'Reilly, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, easily into the end zone. Touchdown, Arab. The anti-air touchdown with one of their own. A very impressive drive.
Oh, underneath handoff. The offensive line did a great job at the point of attack, sealed off the linebackers. Keith, you're there at field level. That was literally, if there was ever a parting of the Red Sea, as soon as the offensive running back got it, turned north and south, he literally walked into the end zone right up the middle of the defense.
Hey, give credit to Arab's offensive line and those extra tight ends they brought in. They're getting a hat on a hat, and they're moving us out of the way.
I'll be honest, I'm shocked. After the defense played so well against Oak Mountain, Arab, every time they touch the ball, they've scored here in the game tonight. Extra point, they missed the last one, 26-7. Snap, kick is in the air. It's struggling. It does get over. No, missed another one. Let's take a timeout. 7:20 to go in the half. Arab up 26-7. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
With your Citizens Bank & Trust digital wallet, your busy life just got a lot less complicated. The Citizens Bank & Trust digital wallet is compatible with Apple, Google, and Samsung Pay, and is available right now on your mobile device. Citizens Bank & Trust. Small bank, big difference.
Since 1943, the Municipal Utilities Board has been meeting utility needs of the citizens of Albertville and surrounding areas. From keeping your home comfortable to providing necessary expansions and supporting industrial and commercial growth, MUB provides the utilities you rely on in your everyday life. Electricity, water, wastewater, all at a reasonable cost. MUB is committed to providing reliable service today and resources tomorrow. MUB is proud to be a supporter of this community channel broadcast.
If you need reliable family transportation, you need to see us. Every vehicle is warranted for the life of your contract and comes with a free Carfax. It's why we say,
The driving factor, beyond your normal buy here, pay here.
At Piggly Wiggly, we work hard to deliver the very best to you and your family. We offer only the top quality Black Canyon Angus beef, Swift natural fresh pork, grade A Kegel fresh chicken, smoked, processed, and frozen meat items. One of the most popular promotions at Piggly Wiggly is our Pick 5 meat program. Purchase a single pack of meat and pay our everyday low price, or purchase 5 packages marked with the bright red Pick 5 label for just $19.99. You get the best of both worlds, great quality meats and a super low price. You'll always find low prices throughout Piggly Wiggly.
Welcome back. Arab strikes again. 26-7. Here's your Gilbert and Ball forward scoring summary.
Yeah, good teams do what good teams do, and Lee Osmond's team right there answered after the Albertville Aggies were able to score, and how they did it was very impressive, Barry. How about this? 10 plays, 73 yards, running back O'Reilly in from 10 yards out. Extra point, however, no good. Coach Osmond said that was going to be a point they were going to be working on all season long, but the Arabian Knights able to extend their lead 26-7 here in the second.
Gilbert and Ball forward at Albertville. Go see the difference where Fords really do cost less. 26-7. Last time they kicked, that's one of the bright spots of the game. The Aggies return, gave us great field position. Let's see if we can do it again. High kick, returnable. Gant comes up, bobbles it, catches it, 20, 25, 30, and he is torn apart around the 30, 33, 34-yard line. That last drive, a couple of times in the secondary, when they got around the corner, Chris, that secondary didn't have an answer as far as making a tackle, and ended up giving Arab big plays.
Yeah, you look at just looking at Franklin's numbers, he has 12 carries, 111 yards.
Wow. So they're running the ball at ease. A time when the Aggie defense needed a stop, you just scored. They couldn't do it. Couldn't slow them down. Had a big third down play, but still they converted on third down.
You said 111 yards?
Yes.
I'm talking about, guys, he is a running back. And you're right, Coach. The more that you said that, the more that I think about it, he is Jacob Dindy-esque to kind of give you a flashback of a great Albertville running back.
All right, low snap. Howard, low option play. Pitch it back to Gant. Gant gets a little room, 40, 41, 42-yard line. Good job by Colvin downfield, leading the way with a nice block. Hunter Smith also out there. Gant that time loses his shoe, but it's one of the best runs we've had in the game, a gain of 7.
But, Barry, it was still a low snap. Howard had to get that off the turf, pitched it real quick to Gant, but really, you alluded to it, what made that play go was Hunter Smith and Cooper Colvin, great blocks here along the near boundary, and Gant able to squeeze in between those two before the Arabian Night defenders able to rally.
Menendez checks in wide right side. Aggies got to hurry, play clock down to 10. Second down and a long 3, short 4. Howard, good snap. Looks. Oh, there was a hole downfield. Left side, rolling to his left, rolling to the 35. He's going to throw it in front of his receiver. What I was talking about was the Aggie receiver, Menendez. One of the DBs grabbed him at the 50-yard line and just turned him around, but the official didn't see it. Had he got past him, Chris, he's going to be wide open downfield for a touchdown pass.
And I think Andy Howard knew that that was where he was going to go, because his initial look was to Menendez here along the near boundary. And credit the Arabian Night defense. He's he's a senior defensive back. And, Barry, I think it's one of those where you grab enough just to kind of throw him off of his route, but not enough to get a flag. And when he did, the offensive line protection broke down. Howard had to roll away from that receiver.
And that gets saved a touchdown. Third down. Andy drops back. Andy rolls to his right side. Looks, has pressure coming. Throws. Got his man. Great catch. Is he in? Yes, Menendez. Great catch, tightrope in the sideline, first down Albertville.
Boy, what a play. Andy Howard has 3 Arabian Nights. You think that he's going to try to get out of bounds and just save a down. Menendez fights his way back for a first down, gives Andy Howard a target, throws it here along the near boundary, gets it in his hands, out of bounds at the Arabian Night 47-yard line, and moves the chains.
Great pass, even better catch by Menendez. First catch of the season. Aggies on the 47-yard line of Arab, first down, 6:13 to go in the second quarter. Fakes to Gant. Andy looking for some room. He has nowhere to go. 1, 2, 3 Knights will make the tackle. A little pushing and shoving down here between Menendez and probably the same young man who grabbed him and maybe even prevented a touchdown earlier. A little pushing and shoving after the play.
Hey, go back to that last throw, Andy rolling out of bounds. That's Patrick Mahomes' throw right there, okay? He changed the path of his arm and went completely sidearm, threw it right up the line, and a great catch, like you said, by Will Menendez.
No gain on the play. Second down and 10 on the 47. You need points here. You need points because your Arab just came back and answered. You're down by 19. You need a touchdown.
Yeah, and right now this is a big down because the Arabian Knights, what they've been able to do early, Barry, is get Albertville on a negative or an even play on first down, putting them behind the chains for 2 plays.
Second down and 10. Howard, good drop, looks, throws, got his man Colvin. Colvin waiting for a block. Not much there, 44-yard line. Good job of the Arab defense. A gain of 3. It'll be third down 7 coming up.
3 wide receivers on the far side. Cooper Colvin, the far wide receiver, comes toward the near boundary and then turns coming out of motion. Snap gets thrown to Colvin. He gets north and south and then does a great job of breaking an arm tackle to gain 4 yards.
Got to say heat timeout. We'll take one. 5.5 to go in the half. Aggies down 26-7. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
Hey folks, Tim Witt at Sand Mountain Toyota. Our goal is to be Sand Mountain's pre-owned vehicle destination. We strive to keep vehicles for every budget, and all of our vehicles go through a strict multi-point inspection by our award-winning service department. And don't forget, we're paying top dollar for your vehicle. We want to buy your vehicle. Sand Mountain Toyota, Highway 431 Albertville, or sandmountaintoyota.com.
Your local Foodland Market. Your store for everyday low prices and weekly specials with savings on every aisle and friendly customer service throughout the store. We sell only the best USDA inspected meats. Our trained meat cutters offer fresh cut meats to your specification. Our fruits and vegetables are always fresh, quality and variety you deserve every day. Your local Foodland Market, where savings plus service plus selection equals satisfaction.
Foodland, your football tailgating headquarters.
When my dad wanted a new mower, he'd say, "Come on, buddy, let's go see Jim, our local Toro dealer." For service, I'd hear, "Come on, buddy, let's call Jim." So naturally, I got my mower here. Some things never change. Right, buddy? Well, some things. Real people, real support. You can't beat the personal service from your neighborhood Toro dealer. There's a Toro dealer like Jim in your town.
Visit the helpful, knowledgeable staff at Bond's Appliance on Gunner Avenue in Gunnersville.
Since 1952, Wilkes Tire and Battery Service in Albertville has been the best place to take your vehicle for service you can trust. The Wilkes family takes pride in carrying on a tradition of providing great service, working with integrity, and giving back to the community. For tires, batteries, auto services, and more, choose people you can trust. At Wilkes Tire and Battery Service, we get you started and keep you going.
Third down play for the Aggies, down 26-7, 5.5 to go second quarter. We're on the Arab 44, looking at third down and 7.
You think this might be 4-down territory being at the 44-yard line, Bear?
Yep. Howard turns, hands off to Gant. Gant's got a little hole. He could not get away from the next man. Had he broke that tackle to 41, he had the first down and more. But a good job of the Arabian Night defense. They're going to stop him short. They're going to mark him. Not a good spot, but still it's going to be fourth down and long. That's one you got to consider. Do we go? You need something big. But if you don't convert here, you're going to get the ball to Arab on the 42-yard line.
Barry, looks like they're going to go for it. Coach English made no hesitation looking over here at his offensive play caller and said, guys, now he may let the clock run down so that they can talk about it, especially being down 26-7 in this game. And it looks like that's what he's going to do because it plays down to 5 seconds now.
Yeah, I thought we might try to freeze him, get up there real quick, and try to get him to jump, and then take our time, let the clock run down, and use that timeout.
He may call the timeout. He's going to think about this one for a second. I mean, you're looking at 4th and 5. You're on the 42. Arab's offense has been, well, dangerous no matter where they've started, Chris.
Yeah.
So the punt, if it rolls in the end zone, they're going to start on the 20. So you're looking at a 22-yard difference. If you can convert a big fourth down play here, that is huge going into halftime.
Yeah, and I was kind of thinking about you when you said that. I was watching Coach English because if he was going to let the play clock run out and take a 5-yard penalty, then I think you've kind of surrendered yourself to the punt. But with 2 seconds to left and him talking to his offensive coordinator here along the sidelines, and Coach English calls a lot of the offensive plays as well. When he started walking toward the referee to call a timeout, I think he's got he's like a riverboat gambler. I'm going to see what I can get out of the deck and see if I can draw 2 aces and take it to the house.
You know what's coming. I mean, A-Rob, you're going to wind up number 6, Will Kinnear, and say, go. Get in Andy Howard's face, wherever you need to line up. So Andy Howard, the minute he gets the snap, he's going to have to throw it short. You have to throw it quick. But I think you throw a quick little 5-yard slant or maybe hit the sideline, Keith, and I think you can get the first down. You just got to get rid of it quick.
See, here's what I do with number 6, okay? I double him with the guard in the center, and then I tell my H-back at the snap, run and hit him as hard as you can in the mouth.
Yeah.
You're not going out for any more passes. You're killing number 6 every play.
Aggies are going to line up to go. They may try to pull A-Rab off. If not, they may back Andy up for a quick kick, but they're lining up to go. 4th down and 5 from the 42. They're going to go. Andy drops back, looks, has pressure. They got him, and they did not stop number 6. He sacks Andy Howard. And might get a little celebration penalty here. He stood over Andy celebrating, and Andy is slow getting up. But that should be, you just don't do that. You don't send over a player and celebrate.
Man, Coach English is absolutely chewing this referee out at the 50 to the point where the referee told him to get back. But you're right. I mean, number 6, Will Kinnear, just absolutely blows up the interior of the line. And then when he slams Andy Howard to the ground, he gets up over the top. Looks like Coach English wants to – he's calling a timeout because he wants the white hat to come over here to the numbers and explain to him why Kinnear literally straddled Andy Howard, screaming and yelling at him, and did not get a 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty. And, guys, I think Coach English has a legitimate gripe on this play.
This is not a timeout to talk to the team. This is a timeout to chew some butt.
Yeah, he's going to light this white hat up, and especially with the and here's the thing, the white hat should have made that call because he was back there where Andy Howard in the play was, and he's asking the white hat right now, why did you not throw that flag? And I think Coach English has got a legitimate gripe right here.
He does. We're half a mile away in the press box. And Kinnear's a great ball player. Don't get me wrong. He's a fantastic player. But on that sack right there, when it was over, he was straddling Andy Howard, standing up and pretty much celebrating.
Well, I would call it kind of taunting is what I would say he was doing.
He was taunting, plus it looked like he maybe got a step or two. Not saying that the kid meant to do it or anything like that. Just excited on a big play. It looked like Jadeveon Clowney from a couple of years ago hitting that Michigan running back, bless his heart. But, he was taunting him on the play, and then he got up and kind of got after him a little bit while he's on the ground, So, I mean, hey, if they're going to let it go, then let's get nasty with them. I mean, that's all you can do.
Arab on the 49-yard line after the sack, so they will take over on downs. If they can somehow punch it in the end zone here, that is going to be a huge turn of events. If they can throw 6 more, 7 more up here, they lead 26-7. Pitch back, end around, gets a block at the 45, cuts back midfield, 45, cuts back again. Puccio, 35, breaks another tackle, 25-20 down the side he goes. A foot race, touchdown, Arab, first play. And Isaac Henderson is slow getting up back here at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and he got absolutely pelted. He was trying to turn back into the inside, and I think he just took a big helmet in the gut with kind of a it wasn't really what you call a crackback block, Barry, but when the running back changes direction and turns back and heads to the end zone. But not to take away on this, guys. How about a one-play drive just now, Barry? I mean, not only do you get a 4th down stop, maybe get away with an unsportsmanlike, and Coach English going to take this chance to talk to the white hat one more time about that turn of events leading to this long touchdown. Mama Henderson right now is she's like, I'm headed down to see what my baby's got going on there, because that was a good shot.
He walked off, but he's shaking. He took a shot right around the rib area. Now for the extra point. 32-7 score. The snap, kick, it's in the air. It gets over barely this time. It is good. There comes a flag. Yeah, there's a late hit from one of the Knights on one of the Aggies. So now kind of a little, they're going to throw a flag on this one with it on the other one. Let's take a timeout. 4:03 to go in the half. Arab on top of this one, 33-7. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
People's Bank is my go-to place for banking.
When you deal with People's, their goal is your success.
Here at People's Bank, it's more about a relationship.
I know my bankers, and I've got their cell numbers. I just call them.
If we had been with a larger bank, we would have just been a number. We're supported 100% by People's Bank.
They're our neighbor, they're our friends. We're part of this community.
I went to People's Bank because I knew they were going to take care of me.
People's Bank treat us like we're the most important client they have.
Come experience Sand Mountain Park and Amphitheater. We're a 130-acre park filled with adventure. From our indoor aquatic center and RV park, tennis courts, and our state-of-the-art fitness center and amphitheater. We offer youth and adult sports leagues for all ages at our first-class facilities. Whether it's baseball, basketball, group exercise classes, playgrounds, or your favorite band in concert, Sand Mountain Park and Amphitheater has something for everyone. Join our effort to improve the health of our community and win the day at Sand Mountain Park.
Since 1956 and through 3 generations, the C.A. Langford Company has provided crushed limestone, sand, asphalt, and more. From large commercial projects to small jobs and residential needs. For products and services information, call 582-5723 or visit their informative website, calangford.company. Marshall County Gas is a proud supporter of this Community Channel broadcast. Remember, gas does it better naturally.
Excuse me, 33-7. 33-7. Sorry.
Arab's got a good ball team. In the region, they dropped back to 5A this year. I could see them, going far in the couple of rounds of the playoffs if they can continue playing like this.
Yes.
They said they were finishing second or possibly third in their region. Barry, they're in a region with Douglas, Sardis, Scottsboro, Crossville, Boaz, and Guntersville. I just want to know which ones is going to square up and be this physical with them.
I have to see what Boaz and Guntersville's got right now, but I could see them doing well. We'll check on Henderson coming up in a minute. Keith, I guess he's in the medical tent. They were checking him for the stomach and for the ribs. He just took a shot earlier. Here's a kick, high kick, short kick, midfield. Good run by Gant. Gant, 45-yard line. They're going to drive him out of bounds at the Arab 45-yard line. First down, Albertville. So need some points. You're down 33-7. Arab will get the ball to begin the second half, so you need something to finish the half on a high note.
Well, and you get that penalty that backs the Arabian Knights up. And now Gant with a great return. It was Colin Chicos that was able to get him out of bounds for the Arabian Knights, a senior at 5'11", 192 pounds. But once again, the Albertville Aggies have been gifted because of a penalty and a great return on the kickoff. They have been gifted great field position at the Arabian Knight 44-yard line. Got to do something with this with the last 4 minutes, Bear.
Jaden Suter checks in. You still got Gant in the backfield on the Arab 44-yard line. First down and 10, 33-7 Arab, 3:54 to go on the half. Howard out of the gun. Howard hands off. Nope, he's going to keep himself. Nice fake 40 to the 38, 37. Slides at the last second. He's going to be knocked down close to an Aggie first down, a gain of about 7.
Did you see, though, number 6, when he knew he was blocked and he couldn't get to the play, kind of backed up and took a different angle. And when Andy Howard was able to break the initial in the backfield and started to figure out that it was number 6 was going to tattoo him, Barry, and I think he said, I'm going to live to see another day, and just got down for a great gain on first down.
So second down and 3, clock running, 3:21 to go in the half. Aggies driving on the A-Route 37. 2 Aggies wide, right side, 1 to the left. Gant in the backfield with Howard. Howard the snap. Fakes, looks, back to pass. Here comes pressure. There goes a hold. There's a flag. Yeah, that was a definite hold. He's going to throw it just away from everybody. But when you see the big guy, Will Kinnear, just change directions because somebody's got a hold with the jersey. Yeah, definite holding call there. I guess that's what they're calling it. That's what I saw.
Yeah, and actually I think the hold is going to be on the tackle on the far side. But I think that the referee could have picked from about 2. 2 Arabian Knights that got in the backfield pressure, forced Howard to the far boundary. He stopped when he knew that he had a little bit of lull, a little bit of kind of a time around him, tried to throw back across his body, but he was going to throw it in a place where only his receiver could get it. But unfortunately, the referee threw that little yellow hanky on the ground, Barry, that says you got to back up some yardage.
You know, we knew coming into last week the Aggie offensive line was young, Chris, and it's really showing tonight more so than last week. Arab's defense, they have a very good defense. And they're really just in the face of Andy Howard all night long tonight when he drops back to pass. After the penalty, the ball goes back to the Aggie 49-yard line. Have to take it to Arab's 34 for a first, second down. Andy back. Nobody open. He throws it to Gant. Looking on the left side, the receivers just stopped. They stopped the pattern.
Hey, Coach, did you see that? It was a screen pass.
But it never had a chance.
No, he had to get rid of it.
Because Arab had 5 men waiting on the screen. It's like they read that play to perfection.
I think they did whenever they saw the offensive lineman went one Mississippi. I think, Barry, that first of all, watching game film, but a couple of the offensive linemen, you've got to go 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, and then release. I think they released a little quick, and they realized, and the Arabian Knights realized what was going on. Even the defensive linemen dropped back into coverage.
All right, third down, and about 17. Clock stopped, 2:59 to go in the half. Third down long, 3 Aggies wide, right side. Howard drops back. Here comes pressure again. There he is again. Kinnear, and he just gets rid of it. He went split between 2 Aggie offensive linemen. I don't think either one even touched him, Chris. Keith, neither one of them.
Yeah, one of them tried to hit him, tried to go low on him and trying to cut his legs out. This guy's an athlete. I mean, he played it perfect. He put his hands on our offensive lineman's shoulders, pushed off, and he's like, look, again, he's the best player on their defense. He is threat number 1. You've got to get him stopped. It doesn't matter. Commit 3 guys to him if you have to. Take your H back and say, hey, you're not doing anything else the rest of the game, but you're hitting that guy. He can't control the game like this.
Boy, he is, isn't he? From the snap that time, Andy had nothing to do but just run straight backwards and just throw it, get rid of it. Here's a kick, high kick, great kick. Puccio goes back to the 5, will roll into the end zone, but a great kick. So with 2:45 to go in the half, Arab up 33-7, and they'll have the ball again on the 20-yard line, first down and 10. Arab next week. Arab are going to be at Brewer, where the Aggies will be at Boaz coming up next Friday. Be interesting to see how Boaz does tomorrow night, and their opener against Jacksonville. That's coming up tomorrow night.
And don't think that Coach Osmond realizes two things. Realizes that there's 2:44 left to go in this game. I think he wants to put the ball into the end zone one more time to maybe seal this deal before half. But Barry, also in a game in the future, he may be behind with 2.5 to go and have to drive the length of the field to score. This is a chance to run his 2-minute offense.
Yeah, it looks like Henderson getting a breather on this possession. He's not out there. Turns hands off to Franklin up the middle. Good run, 25-yard line, a gain of 5. Let's see who the first Aggie was. Can't see from here. Looks like Felix was one of the first Aggies on the tackle. Arab in the hurry-up offense. Second down and 5 from the 25. Cox turns hands off to Franklin. Franklin stops, changes directions. 28-29. Good job of the Aggie D. They're going to stop him short of the first down. It's going to be, or will they give him progress? It's going to be short by a yard. Third down, 1 coming up.
Yeah, great job there, too, by Aiden Carr. Senior linebacker, brings all 6 foot, 180 pounds to the party. He was going to get a first down, but because of Aiden's tackle, I mean, literally drills him at the numbers, makes it short, has to get in here on third down.
Third down and 1. Quarterback Cox hands out to Franklin again. First down, 30, 31-yard line, driving 33-yard line. Bagwell brings him down. If you had a chance, Keith, check out and see if any word on Henderson. He's standing up here in front of us. Maybe they're just going to give him the rest of the half off to get ready for the second half. I don't know, but he's not in there right now.
Yeah, I'll get a check on him.
Hey, again, first down, 34-yard line. A-Route moving, hurry-up offense, 1:44 to go in the half.
Barry, defensive line did a good job on that last play. Just a great job by the Arabian Night running back to kind of spin out and gain a couple of yards.
To begin the second half, A-Route will receive, so they'll get the ball first in the second half. 33-7 and a timeout. A-Rab will call a timeout. We'll take one with him. 1:29 to go in the half. A-Rab up 33-7 with the ball. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
With your Citizens Bank and Trust digital wallet, your busy life just got a lot less complicated. The Citizens Bank and Trust digital wallet is compatible with Apple, Google, and Samsung Pay, and it's available right now on your mobile device. Citizens Bank and Trust. Small bank, big difference.
Since 1943, the Municipal Utilities Board has been meeting utility needs of the citizens of Albertville and surrounding areas. From keeping your home comfortable to providing necessary expansions and supporting industrial and commercial growth, MUB provides the utilities you rely on in your everyday life. Electricity, water, wastewater, all at a reasonable cost. MUB is committed to providing reliable service today and resources tomorrow. MUB is proud to be a supporter of this community channel broadcast.
If you need reliable family transportation, you need to see us. Every vehicle is warranted for the life of your contract and comes with a free Carfax. It's why we say,
the driving factor, beyond your normal buy here, pay here.
At Piggly Wiggly, we work hard to deliver the very best to you and your family. We offer only the top quality Black Canyon Angus beef, Swift natural fresh pork, grade A Kegel fresh chicken, smoked, processed, and frozen meat items. One of the most popular promotions at Piggly Wiggly is our Pick 5 meat program. Purchase a single pack of meat and pay our everyday low price, or purchase 5 packages marked with the bright red Pick 5 label for just $19.99. You get the best of both worlds, great quality meats and a super low price. You'll always find low prices throughout Piggly Wiggly.
Coming out of the timeout, A-Rab up 33-7 with 1:29 to go here in the first half. Coming out of the A-Rab timeout, let's see if they try to work on maybe a little 1 minute and 90-second offense here to add an extra score before the half. Quarterback Cox fakes play action, rolls right side, throws back across, got his man open, 45 midfield. First down to the Aggie midfield stripe, making the tackle downfield. Let's see who the Aggie was.
It was
Evan Carr came in. So Evan came in, made the tackle. And then hurry up there before the change are now ready. A-Rab set to go, ready for the snap. 1:20 to go, clock running. Again, Cox back to pass. Finally got some pressure. First pressure of the game, really. He's going to throw it downfield, throw it out of bounds. That may be the first time the Aggies have actually got pressure in his face, Keith.
Yeah, and it was pretty good coverage over here. I think they were initially I thought they were going to run like a a screen and go or something like that. Like they're going to fake the flats out here and then throw it deep. But good covers. Then we got after him a little bit, and they weren't able to do anything with that play.
That was the first time I think our defensive line has controlled their offensive line the entire game, and it just shows you when you get pressure, just like the defensive line of Arab, pressure. Quarterbacks don't like running around back there a whole lot.
We should switch it around and give Andy Howard that kind of production like Arab's had all night. Different ball game. Cox back to pass, looks, he throws to the right side, got a man, what a catch, he dropped it. He went up, Puccio went up the 28-yard line, almost had a acrobatic catch, came down, and when he landed, the ball pops free.
Oh, and that was a great throw. I mean, Aiden Cox, the quarterback, threw it exactly where Puccio needed, went up, able to grab it. And, Barry, I thought you and I both were fixing to say that was an amazing catch, but when he hit the ground, the old turf monster knocked the ball loose. And this is a big down for Arab, 3rd down and 10.
How about Puccio? I had a chance to talk to his dad for a few minutes up here, the AD at Arab. Super nice guy.
Oh, wonderful guy.
His son, great ball player. 3rd down, 10 coming up. 1:02 to go on the half. Arab right at midfield, 3rd down long. Quarterback Cox rolls left side. Has time, throws back, got his man open. 45 to the 40, 1st down to the 37-yard line. 1st down Knights. Again, there's Puccio, 1st down Arab.
Comes along the near side, or should I say rolling to the near side. Looks like everything's coming toward us. And then Cox slams on the brakes, turns around, throws it to Puccio on the backside. And now it's just make my man miss. He does, along with a great block, and gets the 1st down.
Driving again, 1st down. A hand out to Franklin. Stops, turns right side, 35 to the sideline. 30 will step out of bounds, stopping the clock. Good run by Franklin. There's a late flag coming in on the sideline. Was there a late hit out of bounds, Keith?
I missed it, guys. They kind of got into a pile of screws.
There's another flag,
too.
I think that the second flag is going to be on something that one of the Aggies said. The first flag, I believe it's going to be 2 flags on Albertville. Yeah. One out of bounds, the second one well after the play was over. So you may have 2 personal foul penalties here. Let's see what the call is. One, the player is already being tackled out of bounds. Flag comes in. Then I think a player said something. Then here comes a second flag.
I tell you from here, the Arab coaching staff, they're being pretty liberal with their enforcement of the sideline over there. They got toes in the green over there, standing on their sideline. Maybe one of them's a sideline warning. I don't know.
There's 2 flags, and the ball is going to be on the depending on the penalty. He stepped out of bounds at the 27. Is a gain of 10 right at the 1st down. So we'll see what the 2 flags are. If it goes half the distance, Arab, they could really put a nail in the coffin here. If they can score here before the half, they're up already 33-7 with 41 seconds to go, 2nd quarter.
And right now we have I think they're trying to figure out exactly what was the original penalty, what was the second penalty, where the ball is going to be spotted where he went out of bounds, because if it's back-to-back personal fouls, guys, that's going to be a half a distance and another half the distance.
From what I saw, I believe it's going to be 2 against the Aggies. Let's see if that is the case. Here comes the head official to show us what the penalties are. First one is, personal foul, Albertville. Second one, unsportsmanlike, 2 against Albertville.
Wow.
But sportsmanlike conduct, so 2 penalties. And unfortunately, the one being after the play is definitely going to be. So you got to mark off both of them.
You know, the maybe the personal foul, Barry, we are trying to get a guy out of bounds. We're flying to the ball. Maybe we get him out of bounds. Okay, that's a hustle play. Sometimes you get him. The unsportsmanlike conduct is the one that's going to aggravate the coaches, because I can give you a hustle play where you hit a guy out of bounds a little bit late, but you were trying to check up. It's when you turn around and want to get into a verbal altercation with the other team. Those are the ones that kill you, and now you've given Arab a chance to put the ball into the end zone.
Now you're on our 6-yard line. 6-yard line, quick pitch, right side. Franklin stops, cuts, 5-4-3, dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Arab.
One play after 2 big penalties.
Wow, so the 2 penalties. With 34.2 to go on the half, 2 penalties. Put the ball inside your 10 to the 6-yard line. Then here comes Franklin. Franklin goes into the end zone, and that's his 2nd touchdown of the game. So Franklin has 2, O'Reilly has 2, Puccio has 2. So they're spreading it out between the 3 of them. Each of them has 2 touchdowns.
And what a great job, Coach. You saw it. How about this? That's just being physical. I mean, all it was quarterback pitches it to Franklin, and then they just literally mow down the right side. And he just kind of they just wall him and mow him on into the end zone.
Yeah, they're a very physical team. They're a lot more physical than Oak Mountain was last week. That's 100%.
Now for the extra point, 34 seconds to go in the half, 39-7 here, almost at the half. The snap, the kick in the air, and it's into the Aggie band. It is good. We'll take a timeout. 34 seconds to go in the half. Arab up 40-7. You're listening to Aggie football on Power 107.5.
With your Citizens Bank and Trust digital wallet, your busy life just got a lot less complicated. The Citizens Bank and Trust digital wallet is compatible with Apple, Google, and Samsung Pay, and it's available right now on your mobile device. Citizens Bank and Trust. Small bank, big difference.
Since 1943, the Municipal Utilities Board has been meeting utility needs of the citizens of Albertville and surrounding areas. From keeping your home comfortable to providing necessary expansions and supporting industrial and commercial growth, MUB provides the utilities you rely on in your everyday life. Electricity, water, wastewater, all at a reasonable cost. MUB is committed to providing reliable service today and resources tomorrow. MUB is proud to be a supporter of this community channel broadcast.
Established in 1946, Kirkpatrick Concrete has a tradition of top quality products and service. They now have 11 North Alabama locations to meet this area's demand for quality ready-mix concrete. For your next project, your friends at Kirkpatrick Concrete are just down the road.
Their team is up 40-7 with 34 seconds left to go in the first half, Barry.
Gilbert and ball forward, and Albertville go see the difference where Fords really do cost less. Last year, I thought, last year was bad enough, losing 35-0. I thought it's going to be better. So far, no. 40-7. Arab, they just reloaded. They have a good team again this year. Here's a kick. Revolte runs past it, kicks it, boots it, falls on it. Finally, back at the 14-yard line. That was almost extremely ugly. Almost gave Arab the ball inside her 15-yard line on a fumble kick return.
And I thought for a moment when Revolte kicked it and he went down, ooh, I didn't think he was going to be able to reach his arm out and get that with 3 Arabian Nights bearing down on him. Coach, how close was that at field level?
Yeah, and you could tell he was a nervous young man right there. Like I've said a couple times, him being a freshman, he's just being introduced to a lot of this stuff, so he knew he had to get on that ball, but he was a nervous cat before he got on it.
Any word, Keith, on Isaac Henderson? Looks like he's okay. He was standing on the sideline during the last drive.
Yeah, he's walking around. He didn't like he's, doubled over and wincing or anything like that. So I'm thinking you're right. Maybe they're holding him out for the rest of the first half.
Might as well. I mean, they were down 33-7. Well, why put him in there if he's banged up at all? Back to the action. New back in the game. He's going to be bumped around, banged around, nowhere to go. The center of Arrow line unable to make any kind of progress at all. Let's see, that's a new running back in there. Yeah, that's going to be, is it Suter? Yeah. Suter just checked in.
Gant is over here on the sidelines, Barry, and he just came out from the training tent, and he's limping. So one of your big offensive weapons and one of your big defensive weapons been banged up a little bit here in the first half.
And that will end this first half. It couldn't end soon enough. We'll have the Aggie band coming up in a few minutes. Let's take a timeout. Finally, the half is over. Arab leads at 40-7. You're listening to Aggie football on Power 107.5.
Hey folks, Tim Witt at Sand Mountain Toyota. Our goal is to be Sand Mountain's pre-owned vehicle destination. We strive to keep vehicles for every budget, and all of our vehicles go through a strict multi-point inspection by our award-winning service department. And don't forget, we're paying top dollar for your vehicle. We want to buy your vehicle. Sand Mountain Toyota, Highway 431 Albertville, or sandmountaintoyota.com.
Your local Foodland Market. Your store for everyday low prices and weekly specials with savings on every aisle and friendly customer service throughout the store. We sell only the best USDA inspected meats. Our trained meat cutters offer fresh cut meats to your specification. Our fruits and vegetables are always fresh, quality and variety you deserve every day. Your local Foodland Market, where savings plus service plus selection equals satisfaction.
Foodland, your football tailgating headquarters.
When my dad wanted a new mower, he'd say, "Come on, buddy, let's go see Jim, our local Toro dealer." For service, I'd hear, "Come on, buddy, let's call Jim." So naturally, I got my mower here. Some things never change, right, buddy? Well, some things. Real people, real support. You can't beat the personal service from your neighborhood Toro dealer. There's a Toro dealer like Jim in your town.
Visit the helpful, knowledgeable staff at Bond's Appliance on Gunner Avenue in Gunnersville.
Since 1952, Wilkes Tire and Battery Service in Albertville has been the best place to take your vehicle for service you can trust. The Wilkes family takes pride in carrying on a tradition of providing great service, working with integrity, and giving back to the community. For tires, batteries, auto services, and more, choose people you can trust. At Wilkes Tire and Battery Service, we get you started and keep you going.
to valor. His heart knows only virtue. His blade defends the helpless. His might upholds the weak. His word speaks only truth. His wrath undoes the wicked.
I gotta run down here for a minute.
People's Bank is my go-to place for banking.
When you deal with People's, their goal is your success.
Here at People's Bank, it's more about a relationship.
I know my bankers, and I've got their cell numbers. I just call them.
If we had been with a larger bank, we would have just been a number. We're supported 100% by People's Bank.
They're our neighbor, they're our friends. We're part of this community.
I went to People's Bank because I knew they were going to take care of me.
People's Bank treat us like we're the most important client they have.
Come experience Sand Mountain Park and Amphitheater. We're a 130-acre park filled with adventure. From our indoor aquatic center and RV park, tennis courts, and our state-of-the-art fitness center and amphitheater, we offer youth and adult sports leagues for all ages at our first-class facilities. Whether it's baseball, basketball, group exercise classes, playgrounds, or your favorite band in concert, Sand Mountain Park and Amphitheater has something for everyone. Join our effort to improve the health of our community and win the day at Sand Mountain Park.
Since 1956 and through 3 generations, the C.A. Langford Company has provided crushed limestone, sand, asphalt, and more. From large commercial projects to small jobs and residential needs. For products and services information, call 582-5723 or visit their informative website, calangford.company. Marshall County Gas is a proud supporter of this Community Channel broadcast. Remember, gas does it better naturally.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Albertville High School Band is under the direction of Dr. Taylor Cash, Corey Hyman, Missy Lindley, and Nathan Heskew. The color guard instructors are Enza Cash and Natalie Neese. The dance sign instructor is Scarlett Hyman, and Brian Crawford is our percussion instructor. Noah Garrett is our visual instructor. Tonight, we are proud to present a portion of our 2022 show titled Wonders of the Sky. We begin with The World Is Ours by Aloe Black, followed by our drum solo featuring the Aggie drum line playing AC/DC's Thunderstruck. The Aggie Band will conclude the performance this evening with the Albertville High School fight song. The Aggie Band is under the field direction of Drum Major Juan Baltazar. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we proudly present the award-winning Albertville High School Aggie Band. they play the Albertville High School fight song. Ladies and gentlemen, the Albertville High School Aggie Band.
With your Citizens Bank and Trust digital wallet, your busy life just got a lot less complicated. The Citizens Bank and Trust digital wallet is compatible with Apple, Google, and Samsung Pay, and it's available right now on your mobile device. Citizens Bank and Trust. Small bank, big difference.
Since 1943, the Municipal Utilities Board has been meeting utility needs of the citizens of Albertville and surrounding areas. From keeping your home comfortable to providing necessary expansions and supporting industrial and commercial growth, MUB provides the utilities you rely on in your everyday life. Electricity, water, wastewater, all at a reasonable cost. MUB is committed to providing reliable service today and resources tomorrow. MUB is proud to be a supporter of this community channel broadcast.
If you need reliable family transportation, you need to see us. Every vehicle is warranted for the life of your contract and comes with a free Carfax. It's why we say,
The driving factor, beyond your normal buy-here, pay-here.
At Piggly Wiggly, we work hard to deliver the very best to you and your family. We offer only the top quality Black Canyon Angus beef, Swift natural fresh pork, grade A Kegel fresh chicken, smoked, processed, and frozen meat items. One of the most popular promotions at Piggly Wiggly is our Pick 5 meat program. Purchase a single pack of meat and pay our everyday low price, or purchase 5 packages marked with the bright red Pick 5 label for just $19.99. You get the best of both worlds, great quality meats and a super low price. You'll always find low prices throughout Piggly Wiggly.
Aggies will kick off. If you're Arab, you may not see the starting lineup for more than probably third quarter. I would say third quarter, because you've been waiting all summer for this. And even though you're up 40-7, you sure don't want to, to call off the dogs. And then all of a sudden, next thing you know, the Aggies get a couple of quick touchdowns. If nothing else, just put the game completely away with your first couple of drives.
Yeah, I think Coach Osmond, his offensive guys will come out and they will. They've still got a lot of football left to play the rest of the season. I don't see them digging too far deep into their playbook right now,
No.
Jink. I mean, everything that they've called in the first 2 or 3 pages is working. I think I would just stay with that. And like you said, Barry, maybe another touchdown
Probably.
or 2, and then you put the starters in there.
There's a whistle on the opening kick.
We had an Albertville Aggie that ran across before the kickoff.
Boy, it just goes from bad to worse on this one. That's something we didn't see a lot of in the first half. We had a couple of penalties. That's something we've cut back on. As I think back in the first half, I don't have the stats in front of me. I mean, Chris does a lot, but my stat would be I don't think we saw Arab looking at many third downs in the first half. Just a couple of times. Most times they were getting a first down either on the first down play or the second down play, John. They didn't have many. I know they had one like third down and 6, but they converted and kept the drive alive. We didn't stop them the entire game.
Not in the first half. I mean, when you have an 8-play drive, a 6-play drive, 2 plays, 10 plays, 1 play, and 8 plays for touchdowns, Barry, I think that just pretty much says it. When you're 6 for 6, 6 drives, 6 touchdowns, defensively we've got to step up here in the second half and take care of business.
Ready for the kick. Mateo will kick off. High kick, deep kick, back around the 5-yard line. Going to bounce it into the end zone. So this is probably the worst start, seriously, of the game Arab's had on the 20-yard line.
It was kind of funny because number 7 thought for a minute that he was going to get it at about the 10-yard line, but you could tell the coaches had said, put your heels about the 9 or 10-yard line. If it's coming at you, get out of the way. And luckily it rolled into the end zone.
So the Knights will start on the 20. My guess is you may see this starting lineup for a series or 2. I mean, you got a 40-7 lead. Next week, you'll be not get into the region yet. So next week, Arab will be at Brewer, and then you get into the region play coming up the following week. Quarterback Cox out of the gun. Quick drop throws right side. Got his man complete. 20-25. runs over a man. Good tackle. I think Revolte more or less is just defending himself because he was run over by the receiver after a gain of about 5.
And Barry, we talked about the physicality of the offensive line. We've talked about the physicality of the running backs. But right there, it is literally the wide receiver, Dakota Neesmith, able to grab that ball, turn up field, and he lays the blow to the defensive back.
Sure did. 2nd down and 5 from the 25. Franklin, the back behind quarterback Cox. Franklin over 100 yards rushing in the first half. Had a fantastic first half for the Knights. Cox hands off to Franklin. He'll bounce it right side. 30. First down. Cuts 33-34. First down, dragging a tackle. Revolte makes a tackle again. Nope, excuse me, that was not Revolte. Over on the side, that was actually Felis. Revolte was nearby, but Felis makes a tackle. Another Arab first down.
And Felis did a really good job. He was getting blocked by the wide receiver of the Arabian Knights, able to get off of that block, come up and make the tackle on Franklin. Granted, Franklin was able to make the first down, but Felis did a good job of fighting off the receiver and then being able to make a play on the far boundary.
First down, 35-yard line, 10:51 to go in the third. Just joining us, Arab up 40-7 with the ball beginning in the second half. 2 men wide left side. Quarterback hands off to Franklin, O'Neal up to O'Reilly, 40-45. There he goes down the sideline. 40-35-30. Runs over a man to the 10, to the 5, to the 4. Almost takes it in. First and goal for Arab.
Underneath handoff, just going out the backside. Beautiful blocking by the offensive line. Big enough hole that I could have possibly ran through it with a titanium knee. And then you've got great downfield blocking, and O'Reilly hit the afterburners. And if he doesn't trip on a guy that he is running over, Barry, at the 10-yard line, he's going into the end zone. But you've got to credit, I think it was Felis again on the far side, Barry, that was at least able to pull him down at the 5-yard line.
That was a great run. First and goal. Arab opening drive, knocking on the door again, up 40-7. Early third quarter inside the Aggie 5-yard line at about the 4.5. Franklin steps back in, hands off to Franklin, bounces right side, cuts to the 2 to the 1. He will dive in. Touchdown, Arab, 46-7.
Wow. I mean, that's just field level. That's just the right side of the offensive line doing their job, and a tough-nosed running back going all the way to the house with it.
I go back to old Jack Crow, blocking and tackling, boys. It's a simple game. You get that done, you're going to win the ball game. John, real quick question: was the Franklin kid and the O'Reilly kid, were they both starting running backs last year, or did they have a senior that played above them last year?
No, the Drake Franklin kid has actually come on. I think he was a junior last year that had a guy ahead of him.
That's what I was thinking.
But are you ready for this? He squats about over 500 pounds, bench presses over 300, and cleans over 300. That's the reason why he is a powerful running back, guys.
Extra point up, and it is good. We'll take a timeout. 10:07 to go in the third. Arab scores quickly, 47-7. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
With your Citizens Bank and Trust digital wallet, your busy life just got a lot less complicated. The Citizens Bank and Trust digital wallet is compatible with Apple, Google, and Samsung Pay, and it's available right now on your mobile device. Citizens Bank and Trust. Small bank, big difference.
Since 1943, the Municipal Utilities Board has been meeting utility needs of the citizens of Albertville and surrounding areas. From keeping your home comfortable to providing necessary expansions and supporting industrial and commercial growth, MUB provides the utilities you rely on in your everyday life. Electricity, water, wastewater, all at a reasonable cost. MUB is committed to providing reliable service today and resources tomorrow. MUB is proud to be a supporter of this community channel broadcast.
Established in 1946, Kirkpatrick Concrete has a tradition of top quality products and service. They now have 11 North Alabama locations to meet this area's demand for quality ready-mix concrete. For your next project, your friends at Kirkpatrick Concrete are just down the road.
A statement they did. 6 plays, 80 yards. Franklin in from 6 yards out. Extra point up and good. The Arabian Knights rolling in this one. 47-7, Barry.
Gilbert and ball forward in Albertville. Go see the difference where forwards really do cost less. Arab will kick. One of the few highlights the Aggies have had was the kick return back in the first half that led to the only Aggie touchdown. Here's a kick. Gant bobbles it. It bounces into his teammates' hands. 40, 43, 44, 45. That's a little tip drill. It went from Gant, who is the Aggie
25
return man. So it bounced right into his hands. Luckily, that's Evan Jordan So Jordan returns it. Nice return. That could have been an Aggie turnover right off the bat.
Yeah, Evan Jordan looked good right there running that ball.
You know,
real good.
Chris, if you remember last year, you know, he's a pretty young guy, but they tried to run him a little bit in the game, and you know, the moment might have been too big for him last year. He, like you said, he's such a good player with the ball in his hands. We may need to try to get him on the offensive side and see what he can't do.
He looks a little shaken up coming up, maybe holding his right hand here in front of us. Aggies, 45-yard line, first 10 and 10. See if the Aggie defense can do anything at all with this Arab, or Aggie offense, rather. This Arab defense could not do anything in the first half. Hands off right up the middle, nowhere to go. Right back to the line of scrimmage if he's lucky. The middle of the Arab defense again, stuffing that play. And that's Gant again. How many yards for Gant? He's had nowhere to run all night tonight, Chris.
No, he's got about 4 yards on 8 carries.
Wow. So no gain, second down and 10 coming up.
And it looks like they've switched Trot English and Judd Dalrymple back, with Dalrymple being the center on this play. And in checks number 53, Gage Cornelius into the offensive line group. But once again, it is the Arabian Nights starting defensive line, and Will Kinnear anchoring down the middle of that line to help on that tackle.
63, McManus checks back in also for the Aggies. So it's second down, actually 11. He'll turn, fake, play action, looks, being chased. Nowhere to go. He's going to roll to his left side, gets rid of it, throws complete. Did he hang on? No. Midfield incomplete to the sideline. You know, if Andy had time to throw, Reese Knight had broken open over the middle, but by the time Reese made his cut, Chris, Andy was busy trying to get away from two men chasing him down in the backfield.
Yeah, he's absolutely running for his life just about every down.
Because Reese had cut over the middle, a little slant. He was wide open, but Andy was having to roll back away from Reese, just trying to get away from the defenders, didn't have time to stop and throw. On the other side, Arab's offense, they're giving their quarterback time to throw. Third down and 11, Albertville from the 44-yard line. Andy rolls right side. Here comes pressure, rolling pressure. They're going to hit him. He's going to get rid of it. Complete. Did he hang on? Yes, it's a yard short. What a catch by Cooper Colvin. It's a gain of 10, but he had to have 11. Are they going to give him a good spot? Nope, not quite enough. It's going to be fourth and a yard. Let's see where they spot. Yep, 4th and 1. You got to go for it.
And great job, Andy Howard rolling here to the near side. Got a lot of pressure in his face. Cooper Colvin breaks from his defender, finds a little open spot. Actually, Howard wasn't throwing for Cooper Colvin as much as he was throwing for a spot where Cooper could get. Cooper able to make his way back, make a completion. But Barry, it went from 3rd and 11 to 4th and 1. That is a great heads-up play by both of those players.
Aggies put in Havis and Ramirez.
Oh, boy.
Aggies were going to try to put the big guys in the backfield. Ramirez checked in, Havis checked in, but by that time the play clock was winding down, and then the Aggies jumped.
Coach, I think that the Aggies were trying to get up there to go on a quick count to try to get the Arabian Nights to jump, and when they did, their offensive line got the yips, and they actually fired offsides as well.
Well, we were running a kind of a goal line package, like not really a power I, but you got kind of like 2 H-backs or two tight ends lined up. We used to call them sniffer backs, and we just had a hard time getting lined up. It's the first time I've seen us run that formation this year. Had a hard time getting lined up, and then we got excited and kind of peed the bed a little bit.
Yep, now going to punt it away. Low snap, Andy scoops it up. End over end kick, great kick. It's going to roll 20-15 inside the 10-yard line, down to the 5, down to the 4. Nicely done to the 3. Good job by Andy. A great kick. Rolls all the way inside the Arab 5-yard line. So with 7:42 to go third quarter, 47-7 Arab on top. Be curious to see now how much longer do you leave your starting offense in if you're Arab. You got a 40-point lead, and this game is not in jeopardy at all.
I think the Arabian Nights might come out with their starting group or maybe a mixture just for the sheer fact, Barry, that they're camped out at the shadow of their own goalpost in their 4-yard line.
Yep. Let's see. Do we may have a new quarterback checking in. Is that 15? Let's see.
No.
Is that going? Nope. They don't. My fault. Aiden Cox stays in. There's a couple of new players in there. Luke Hudson has checked in the backfield, so he's checked in. Maybe a new back in the backfield. That young man hands off to him. Left side, stops, cuts, 7, 8-yard line. That's Logan Aldridge, the sophomore running back, his first carry. Gets it out to about the 9-yard line.
Looks like that you've still got your starting offensive line, starting quarterback, but it looks like some receivers and running backs, Barry. So maybe some of their specialty players, and when they get get out of the shadow of their own goalpost, I bet you might see some more linemen coming in. They're just trying to pound it out right now.
Dylan Kirkland checks in for the night. So a lot of new receivers are in, new running backs in. Yeah, I think you're going to keep the same offensive line of the quarterback until they get at least past the 20 if they can. 2nd down and 5 for the Knights. Hands off, bounces right side, stops, cuts, 10, 15, 16, 17. There's a flag down. One of the few flags, that's something when you knew coming in, A-Rab, they don't hurt themselves a lot. Turnovers, penalties, they just don't do that, and that's something we've not seen much of tonight, Chris, A-Rab penalties.
Yeah, that's only their second one.
A lot of that is coming with most of the starting unit not on the field, so really this penalty is coming with some of the second-teamers out there.
And, Barry, just a few moments ago, there were a couple of offensive linemen that checked in. Both of those offensive linemen are sophomores, so it looks as if Coach Osment right now is subbing in some of those players. And why not, guys? Little under 7 minutes to go. You're up by 40. And it's like I said, it's kind of a mixture of the 1s and 2s out there right now.
So the penalty backs it up, 2nd down and about 9 from the 5-yard line. Hands off right side 10, bounces to the side 10, gets a great block, 15 to the 20, 25, going down the sideline past the 30. So a gain of about 24 yards down the sideline. Thought I saw a flag, but I did not. But yep, it was somebody's towel. One of the linemen lost his towel. Somebody was throwing around. So it's going to be a 1st down A-Rab to the 31-yard line.
The underneath handoff going to the far boundary, the right side of the Arabian Night offensive line, able to seal the edge. The wide receiver on the far side gets a great block, and number 8 sophomore running back Logan Aldridge hits the sidelines and able to get it all the way out to the 31-yard line.
In the place of the injured Henderson, Aiden Carr is starting his spot. Big Daniel Baldwin's checked in. Quarterback quick drop, throws left side, got his man caught, 30, 35, tripped up 35-yard line. Well, there's a flag. Got to be a holding call coming in. Good job out there by Havis. Havis got a hand around the ankle, tripped him up, but there's the receiver over there, Chris, was trying to block, and he ended up getting a hold over here right in front of the official.
Yeah.
You talked about the Arabian Night State Championship wrestling team. He might be on the wrestling team. That was a 2-point takedown.
Yeah.
So one of the few penalties we've seen, but keep in mind again, a lot of the starting lineup not out there. So they're going to back this one up to the 19-yard line.
Guys, I was talking to Carter Jenkins over here that graduated last year, one of my favorite people of all time. I love that kid. A young man, he's a man now, and he was a guy that I really enjoyed watching playing football. So I was on mute for a second there.
Oh man, he was a beast last year.
He's just a solid, hard-nosed kid.
Just couldn't keep him out of the games. Quick pitch right side, looks for a block around the corner. Will try the corner, 20, 25, 26. There's a flag coming in from way back in the middle of nowhere. He saw something over there on the far side. They're going to be there's another flag. No, that's kicking. Somebody's kicking the flag. Okay. It's a gain of about 5, 6, 7 yards, but there's a penalty that may be against A-Rab again. Boy, if you're Coach Osment, you're about to come unglued because your team has played so well. The starters, now you put in the second team.
Yeah.
Now here comes the penalties, Chris.
Yeah, keep multiplying you.
I tell you what, one thing that we did a lot better yesterday, and I don't know, like we've been talking about this last week, if it's just the difference in the physicality of this A-Rab team, but we're not getting off blocks like we did last week. They're just working us, man. They're getting their hands on the inside. Yep. They're getting that steering wheel, I used to call it, that breastplate, and they're just working our butts. I mean, we've got to you got to use your hands. You got to have good technique to get off a block.
Holding call back to the 17-yard line. Quarterback turns, hands straight up the middle, 20, 25-yard line. Get about 7 yards on that one. The middle of the Aggie defense making the tackle. Some other Aggies checking in. So Emerson Torres, number 55, check in on the last play.
Is that a heat break, Barry?
I believe it is, and we will take a timeout. 5:45 to go in the quarter. A-Rab up 47-7. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
Lights. Family-owned and operated Discount Building Supply in Warrenton is a whole lot more than building supplies and hardware. Stop by and browse their 130,000 square foot home center. You'll find popular smoker grills with supplies and seasonings, family outing and tailgate supplies, Yeti coolers, outdoor and hunting apparel, landscape management supplies, boathouse products, and everything to beautify your outdoor living space. Discount Building Supply and Home Center. 3 generations of the Walker family proudly serving your family.
Welcome back. Heat timeout. 47-7, 5:45 to go here in the quarter. Hey, coming up tomorrow night, football action. We're going to be in Douglas. Looking forward to this game.
Yeah.
Douglas, should have another good team this year. Susan Moore coming to Douglas. Two teams that don't play very often. You would think they would, being so close together. So I expect a huge crowd. Hopefully the weather will be nice, because we may be on top of the press box, and John refuses to hold the umbrella for me.
Yeah, I hear you. And if there's a fog around, y'all, I'll be in the car. See y'all. Bad stuff in that fog.
Right, coming out of the timeout, second and long. Nice little fake, quick pitch right side. Got his man 30, 35, going to drive him out of bounds. They get about 10 yards. So it's going to be 3rd down and 5 coming up.
That's actually a really well-designed play, because this kind of mix, and I think right now, Barry, that it's now they've still got some starters in there, but this mix-match group right now, they've been doing the underneath handoff, straight handoff, underneath handoff. This time they do the underneath handoff, and Aiden Carr that's checked back in, or Aiden Cox, that's checked back in at quarterback, able to fake the underneath handoff, get it to the the receiver out in the flats to make this a very manageable 3rd down.
So Tyler Hatley checking for a play moments ago. 3rd down and about 6, we'll call it. Quarterback turns, hands off, up the middle. It's going to drive to the 39, short of the 1st, middle of the Aggie defense. Let's see who all's on the tackle. I believe, again, that was Xavier Havis over there. He's one of the first Aggies. And also Reed Kitchens. If you missed it earlier, Isaac Henderson left the game 2nd quarter and not going to return. Our thoughts and prayers to Isaac. Had something around the stomach area, injury. Hopefully everything is going to be okay.
I think A-Rab right now is going to elect to go for this on 4th down, Bear.
I'd be surprised if they don't try to pull us offside. They're lining up to go. My guess is the quarterback will drop back in a second and quick kick it. We'll see. I'll be surprised if you got to go for it on 4th and 1. Play clock at 2. I think they're going to call a timeout. They will. And we'll take a timeout. 4:47 to go in the 3rd. A-Rab in control, 47-7, about to punt it away. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
Hey folks, Tim Witt at Sand Mountain Toyota. Our goal is to be Sand Mountain's pre-owned vehicle destination. We strive to keep vehicles for every budget, and all of our vehicles go through a strict multi-point inspection by our award-winning service department. And don't forget, we're paying top dollar for your vehicle. We want to buy your vehicle. Sand Mountain Toyota, Highway 431 Albertville, or sandmountaintoyota.com.
Your local Foodland Market. Your store for everyday low prices and weekly specials with savings on every aisle and friendly customer service throughout the store. We sell only the best USDA inspected meats. Our trained meat cutters offer fresh cut meats to your specification. Our fruits and vegetables are always fresh, quality and variety you deserve every day. Your local Foodland Market, where savings plus service plus selection equals satisfaction.
Foodland, your football tailgating headquarters.
When my dad wanted a new mower, he'd say, "Come on, buddy, let's go see Jim, our local Toro dealer." For service, I'd hear, "Come on, buddy, let's call Jim." So naturally, I got my mower here. Some things never change. Right, buddy? Well, some things. Real people, real support. You can't beat the personal service from your neighborhood Toro dealer. There's a Toro dealer like Jim in your town.
Visit the helpful, knowledgeable staff at Bond's Appliance on Gunner Avenue in Gunnersville.
Since 1952, Wilkes Tire and Battery Service in Albertville has been the best place to take your vehicle for service you can trust. The Wilkes family takes pride in carrying on a tradition of providing great service, working with integrity, and giving back to the community. For tires, batteries, auto services, and more, choose people you can trust. At Wilkes Tire and Battery Service, we get you started and keep you going.
Third quarter, A-Rab, now they're going to punt it away. So now for the Aggies, this is a chance to get something going offensively, Chris, just to try to work on some things you've not done right the entire game. Get a little confidence going. You would think A-Rab would take out their beast, Will Kinnear. That young man, he's tough.
Yeah.
So maybe, seriously, this one guy, keep an eye on him for the rest of the year for A-Rab. He's a good one. I could see him easily playing some college ball somewhere next year. Here's the kick, something we've not seen. The punter had to loosen up real quick. He's not punted all night. And Aggies dropped the ball, but Jordan falls on it. So really, come to think of it, that is the first punt for Spencer Strickland. Young man had to get over there and loosen up before the punt. We've not used him the entire game.
And that was a really good punt. I mean, what did that come off just inside the 25-yard line and went all the way to the Aggie 25-yard line. So a great punt.
Let him get loose and see what he can do with it. He wasn't even warmed up yet.
You reckon he was at the Gatorade cooler and somebody said, punt team?
What? What's going on?
Probably hadn't had his helmet on the whole game.
I was going to say, I got to put my shoulder pads back on.
All right, time to get the Aggies. Let's get
something
something
positive.
positive.
On the field without the helmet, somebody says, go grab your helmet.
All right, in the backfield, Suter lining up beside Andy Howard. 3 men wide left side. He'll hand off to Suter. Suter's got a little bit of a hole. 31, not much there. Quickly, the hole closed up. One of the Knights quickly moved over and hit Suter. I think you may be seeing Suter because, Chris, you mentioned that Caleb Gant was, or actually Keith, kind of limping earlier in the game. It may not be nothing serious. Maybe they just getting a rest for a while. I mean, you're behind 40 points. Why not give him a rest? Let some of the other guys get a chance to come in.
Yeah, and just a great job too, filling by Patrick Lawler. The Arabian Night linebacker cut him down after a 4-yard gain.
2nd down and 7. Aggies on the 33. Howard will turn, take the handoff, throws to the middle, got his man complete, nicely done. First down. There's a late flag coming in also at the tackle.
Let me tell you what you got. You've got a young offensive lineman that at the snap ran downfield to make a block, and you've got an ineligible lineman downfield. That's just a very youthful play is what that is.
That's a tough break because a great job by Hunter Smith. Went up over the middle, had to go up, stretch high, makes the catch, comes down. First down, but you've got the penalty again, lineman downfield.
Well, and I think, too, in the lineman's defense, that was supposed to be a quicker throw. When Andy got it, remember how when he was going to throw it initially, then he kind of pump faked and he had to throw it. Well, in that pump fake, guys, the linemen are already going downfield to block. It's supposed to be a quick pass. Well, when you double pump like that, you've got an offensive lineman already downfield.
So you take away the first down. Now it's 2nd down and 13. They'll back it up. 3:41 to go here in the third quarter. Arab on top, 47-7. 2 Aggies wide out left side, 2 to the right. Suter in the backfield beside Howard. Andy drops back. Has time. Now pressure rolls left side. Stops, looks, nobody open. He's going to have to tuck it and run. There's nowhere to go. Helmet's coming off. Flag's coming out. It's going to be a penalty against, I'm guessing, Arab. One of the Aggies' helmets went flying across the field and lands back at the 5-yard line.
I thought the Arabian Night kid was picking up the flag, and I thought, oh boy, it's fixing to get really bad. But it was his mouthpiece that came out. So I'm wondering if they're going to be because the Arabian Night. Now they're going to get Albertville. They saw the initial, and I think all of the coaches here on the Albertville staff want to talk to the. Oh, my gosh, are they not going to get the Arabian Nights at all, even though he ripped our guy's helmet off?
See, that's the thing. He ripped his helmet off, but our guy just finished the block. He finished the play. He didn't.
Goodness.
It was clean. I mean, it was a bit of a passionate block there, but it wasn't anything that I saw that was malicious or dirty. He just finished the play with his helmet off. And I don't know why the Mr. White Hat's so excited. He had his back turned for most of the block. He just turned around and saw that they were getting after each other a little bit. So,
yeah, I think Coach English has another legitimate gripe right there because if we're going to have a flag, I think there needs to be flags on both sides.
I agree with that one. Now the flag puts the ball all the way back to the 3-yard line. Wow, so now you've got to go to the 35 for a first down. So, was it 2nd down and 32?
Country mile.
Country mile. Jim, the greatest call of Jim Fife ever before he passed away. It's 3rd down and a country mile.
So here we are, 2nd down. You got to go to the 35 for a first down. Andy in the end zone. Drops, looks, throws left side, throws it high. Got his man complete, Cooper Colvin. Cooper, he has popped. That was close to being a late hit out of bounds, but Cooper down the sideline about the 13-yard line, gain of 10. Great job by Cooper, who, by the way, has the only Aggie touchdown with a 16-yard catch back in the second quarter. Makes a catch. Now it's 3rd down. Still, I wouldn't say manageable. Now you still got to go to the 35, and you're only on the 13.
That was a great catch by Cooper Colvin. Had an Arabian Night pawing at him. When he caught the ball, he was kind of off balance, and the safety coming over the top really laid the wood to him. But credit Cooper Colvin getting his feet down, realizing that he's fixing to take a shot, and able to secure the ball.
2:18 to go in the quarter. The officials. Aggies going to call a timeout. Hey, while we have a second, I want to congratulate again Tillman Plunkett of Albertville. He's their student athlete of the game, something new we're doing here. Not only is Tillman an outstanding player out on the field, an outstanding student in the classroom, And I want to thank Papa Doobies of Albertville for making this possible. They're going to present Tillman with a gift card, good for a free meal at Papa Doobies.
Yeah, and remember that at Papa Doobies, they say, guys, stay in school. Don't you be a po' boy.
There you go. And coming up at the end of the game, we'll be naming the player of the game each week, and that's sponsored by Legends of Albertville.
Yeah, and Legends says, why be average when you can be legendary? Legends player of the game.
Hey, John, is it, and G. Lee might can help us out with this, is it an automatic penalty, I think like it is in college, if your helmet comes off and you continue to play? Is that call that happened just a second ago?
From what I understand, maybe I think that once your helmet comes off, you've got to disengage. But maybe, Jink, I know that you have a friend that's listening to the broadcast. Maybe he can clear us up on that rule if he continued to block with his helmet off, if that was the foul that we got.
Because honestly, guys, I didn't see anything that was dirty or malicious. He just finished the play.
Sure. And the A-Rap player just got his hand up under the helmet and just kind of ripped it off. It wasn't like they were just pushing and shoving and fighting all the way back. Just to play. Now we're ready. Third down, 2:13 to go in the quarter. Aggies on the 13-yard line. Got to go to the 35, so it's third and very long. Andy Howard rolls right side. Looks, got a man open downfield. It is thrown short, incomplete. Wow, Cooper Colvin had blown past two defensive backs. He was there, but he threw it short. And now, again, there's discussion going on back in the end zone.
Yeah, and I think because you got Coach English out here at the 15-yard line, he wants to know what's going on. Coach Osmond actually the defensive coordinator and Coach Osmond.
I see a flag now here on the 17 right in front of the Aggie bench. I couldn't see what. But had Andy had time to stop and throw, Chris, Cooper Colvin had blown past his man, but the pass came up short, almost picked off. But still there was a flag. The pass was incomplete, but let's see what the penalty is. We've seen quite a few of these here in the second half.
If I ever go to court, I'm going to take Coach English with me. He'd be a great defense attorney. He's passionate about his players, passionate about his team. I love it.
I didn't see the official show the call. Is there no flag, or what is the flag? Coach English wants an explanation.
Yep.
What is the flag for? I haven't seen the lead official signal yet. What is the flag? It must be against Arab, or is it? I'm not sure what's going on here.
I'm trying to listen through Keith's mic and see if we can catch any kind of.
I'm not sure that we need to.
Oh, okay. Well, sometimes we do get passionate about our teams, and I'm glad. Hey, I'd rather have a coach if we're down 47-7 and still fighting for my team than I had one that's
just gives up.
That's already headed to McDonald's.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, so what is the penalty, Keith? Any idea? They still haven't signaled what it was.
I think he's coach is passionately trying to figure that out right now, and he's giving him all he wants and more. But I don't know.
Do we have a giving them the business penalty?
and that may be it.
Sometimes you just get down those piles, you're giving them the business, man. So I had a coach tell us that
Okay,
one
now
time.
the discussion is finished here on the sideline. Let's see if the official will now signal. Now the pass was incomplete. So there is a penalty. Now they're taking the ball back to the 1 yard line.
Half the distance to the goal on something.
So from the third, well, it's not half the distance. 13 to the 1. That's a 12-yard penalty back to the 1.
Goodness.
Is it from where the flag? No, the flag wasn't. Flag was thrown over here on the 16.
It was a personal foul. It's just what the signal is.
Okay, if it's half the distance, my math says 13 divided by 2 is about 6.5. Why are we on the 1 yard line? If that's the case.
I don't know. If we're going to start doing math, I got to take my shoes off, boys. I got to be able to count my toes.
Okay, I'm confused on that part. If it's a personal foul, half the distance, I'm not sure why the ball is on the 1 yard line.
Yeah, all right, so we just got a report from one of our officials. You can't continue to block or pursue a play if your helmet comes off. That's correct. So that's what the personal foul was.
So on this play, there was another personal foul? Because English's helmet come off again, trot that is. But why is the ball on the 1 yard line? I'm confused on when you go from the 13 with the penalty to the 1 yard line. I never saw the signal. But anyway, back to the action, third and long. Aggies is going to run it just straight up the middle. They never signaled what the play was or the penalty was.
They just signaled a personal foul. I never. And in all of that commotion, I never heard what he said. He really didn't say much of anything. He really wasn't given much of an explanation. So
I know somebody's saying here that the flag is on the 16, it goes back to the 1. But if it's on inside the 20, I thought it was half the distance inside the 20-yard line. But apparently, I guess there's exceptions when it's some kind of personal foul. I guess I don't know. That's all I can see because the ball was on the 16 and it goes back to the 1-yard line, or that's where the flag was rather. So, but regardless, Aggies pick up a couple of yards on that play, so it's 4th down, and you're going to punt the ball away. And Andy is right at the back of the end zone with 55 seconds to go in the 3rd. Plenty of time. Good kick. High kick. Nobody back deep. It's going to bounce midfield. Look at this kick. Andy was standing at the back of the end zone. The ball stops on the A-Route 37-yard line.
Wow.
That's good stuff.
Good.
Way to go, Andy Howard. It's one of the few bright spots we've had in this game. So A-Rab will start back on the 37. I bet we'll see a lot of new faces coming in. Next week, Aggies on the road, just down the road, another Marshall County opponent, the Boaz Pirates. So we'll be at Boaz coming up next Friday night. Boaz, by the way, at Jacksonville coming up tomorrow night. So A-Rab will come out. We'll see as far as new faces. Looks like most of the Aggie defense out there. See big Daniel Baldwin, he's out there.
Is that the one they call Nugget?
That's him.
I got you. Spot of the foul.
Yeah.
All right.
So what spot of the foul?
Spot
Gotcha. That makes sense then. Gotcha.
There you go.
So you don't have half the distance in that case. I guess
There you
personal foul, it goes back to, gotcha. That makes more sense.
See, I can never pass the referee test.
Nope.
I'll just sit up here and talk.
Nope. Handoff up the middle. Reed Kitchens grabbed. Good job by Reed Kitchens. Brings down a gain of 2. You have a new quarterback in for A-Rab. And let's see who the new quarterback is. That's Jackson Cook, 5'10 freshman.
That was a great job there. As you said, Reed Kitchens, great job getting off of his block, able to slide into the place where the Arabian Night running back is going and pulls him down for a 2-yard gain. Good job there. As this game, I think, very slowly but surely turning into kind of a JV game right now.
It is. It is. It's going to be 2nd down and 8. That may be the last play. It is going to be the last play of the 2nd quarter. Clock will wind down. Let's take a timeout. 4th quarter coming up. A-Rab in control, 47-7. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
If you've kept your eye on the market recently, you'll know that interest rate.
People's Bank is my go-to place for banking.
When you deal with People's, their goal is your success.
Here at People's Bank, it's more about a relationship.
I know my bankers, and I've got their cell numbers. I just call them.
If we had been with a larger bank, we would have just been a number. We're supported 100% by People's Bank.
They're our neighbor, they're our friends. We're part of this community.
I went to People's Bank because I knew they were going to take care of me.
People's Bank treat us like we're the most important client they have.
Come experience Sand Mountain Park and Amphitheater. We're a 130-acre park filled with adventure. From our indoor aquatic center and RV park, tennis courts, and our state-of-the-art fitness center and amphitheater, we offer youth and adult sports leagues for all ages at our first-class facilities. Whether it's baseball, basketball, group exercise classes, playgrounds, or your favorite band in concert, Sand Mountain Park and Amphitheater has something for everyone. Join our effort to improve the health of our community and win the day at Sand Mountain Park.
Since 1956 and through 3 generations, the C.A. Langford Company has provided crushed limestone, sand, asphalt, and more. From large commercial projects to small jobs and residential needs. For products and services information, call 582-5723 or visit their informative website, calangford.company. Marshall County Gas is a proud supporter of this community channel broadcast. Remember, gas does it better naturally.
4th quarter coming up. A-Rab with the ball, 2nd down and 7, 47-7. The Knights in control. A lot of new faces. Look, A-Rab's taking out pretty much all the starting lineup. High snap, pulls it down, hands off in the backfield. Nicely done by the Aggie defense. They're going to swarm him over. A loss on the play. First Aggie back there, big Christian Ramirez helps make the tackle.
And that was kind of a high snap, Barry, and the quarterback for the Arabian Nights had to gobble it in, give the handoff. By the time they had kind of disrupted the groove there, and Ramirez does a great job of splitting in between the Arabian Night offensive lineman and able to pull him down for a loss.
Yep, Tyler Hatley out there for the Aggies. Also, let's see, Emerson Torres checks back in. So some new faces for the Aggies. 3rd down and 11, early fourth quarter. Arab on their 36-yard line right in front of the Aggie band.
The 12th man.
Yes. 3rd down and long, quick drop, looks, throws, left side, intercepted. Aggies have got it, 45 to the 40. Stops, cuts, breaks the tackle, 35 to the 30, 25, got some blockers, 20, 15, 10. Did he stay in bounds? He's in the end zone, but did he step out? No, touchdown Albertville.
Now, wait a minute.
One official signaled touchdown. Are they saying he stepped out or not? Let's see.
There's one that signaled touchdown, and I don't think the other one on the side is going to overrule him.
Yeah.
That's going to be an interception return for a touchdown. Big play there.
Which I'm trying to see which was that. Des Revolte, Keith. I could not see from here.
No, it's
or is it Hollis?
It's number 5, Anthony Hollis.
Anthony Hollis. He did a great job
Yes.
staying in bounds, tight roping down the sideline. So he picked it off around midfield. Good blocking downfield for the Aggies. And with that, it's 47 to 13. Good job by Anthony Hollis. You know, at this point, Hollis may be up for player of the game.
No doubt.
I'm serious because the young man, the little spark there. I know it's all but done, but still, hey, don't give up, never give up. And for the point after, it's up. It is good, and we'll take a timeout. 10:58 to go in the game. 47-14. Arab on top. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
With your Citizens Bank and Trust digital wallet, your busy life just got a lot less complicated. The Citizens Bank and Trust digital wallet is compatible with Apple, Google, and Samsung Pay, and it's available right now on your mobile device. Citizens Bank and Trust. Small bank, big difference.
Since 1943, the Municipal Utilities Board has been meeting utility needs of the citizens of Albertville and surrounding areas. From keeping your home comfortable to providing necessary expansions and supporting industrial and commercial growth, MUB provides the utilities you rely on in your everyday life. Electricity, water, wastewater, all at a reasonable cost. MUB is committed to providing reliable service today and resources tomorrow. MUB is proud to be a supporter of this community channel broadcast.
If you need reliable family transportation, you need to see us. Every vehicle is warrantied for the life of your contract and comes with a free Carfax. It's why we say,
the driving factor, beyond your normal buy here, pay here.
At Piggly Wiggly, we work hard to deliver the very best to you and your family. We offer only the top quality Black Canyon Angus beef, Swift natural fresh pork, grade A Kegel fresh chicken, smoked, processed, and frozen meat items. One of the most popular promotions at Piggly Wiggly is our Pick 5 meat program. Purchase a single pack of meat and pay our everyday low price, or purchase 5 packages marked with the bright red Pick 5 label for just $19.99. You get the best of both worlds, great quality meats and a super low price. You'll always find low prices throughout Piggly Wiggly.
Giving the Aggies a little spark here. Anthony Hollis, pick 6, interception return. Aggies on top. Aggies down on the board again. Not on top, but they're on the board 47-14. They trail Arab.
Arabian Night quarterback under pressure throws one to a receiver on a go route. His receiver never looked back. Hollis playing center field, able to pick it off at the 48-yard line of the Aggies, go down the far boundary all the way to the house with a convoy behind him and in front of him, leading him into the end zone. Extra point up and good. Arab still in control, Barry, but bright spot for the Albertville defense right there. Arab leads this one 47-14 here in the fourth quarter.
Gilbert and Ball Ford scoring summary. Gilbert and Ball Ford in Albertville. Go see the difference. Here's the kick, high kick, deep kick, 5-yard line 10. O'Reilly 15 to the 20 to the 25, 30. Good run, 35-40. That is a tough young man. He's had a great game. How many yards for O'Reilly tonight? He's one of the 2 backs they've had, O'Reilly and Drake Franklin. Franklin went well over 100. What about O'Reilly?
Yeah, O'Reilly, 4 carries, 43 yards.
And that was about a 40-yard return.
O'Reilly.
Exactly.
Running in the field.
Yeah. So 42-yard line, the Knights will start. Let's see if we can get some new Aggies out there. Tyler Hatley stays in. Big Daniel. You know when Daniel comes in, you know he's entering the field.
Oh, yeah.
Got Aiden Gant, number 23, the 10th grader.
Looks like most of the Aggie starters are out there. Arab will start on the 42-yard line, 10:48 to go in the game. They're 1 man short. He'll come running in at the last moment. Now, you better hurry. 3, 2, 1, the snap. down to 0. Did not get the snap away.
He's in trouble.
Yep.
If you're just joining us, Isaac Henderson left the game. He was injured at some point in the game, all we know is. It was around some type of maybe possibly injury around the stomach, maybe back area, don't know for sure. But they've taken him to the hospital, hopefully as precautionary measures, just to be sure he's okay. We hope that's all. We don't know.
Yeah,
all we're knowing is he left the field.
Yeah, it said that they evaluated him here on the sidelines, and then the evaluation continued into the locker room. And you got to love the training staff that we have. Was it Tim Duckett and Buck? Wasn't it?
Duck and Buck.
Duck and Buck show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like a hunting show, don't it? It's like a hunting show.
Those two are great trainers for the Albertville Aggies.
They are.
And safe, security, precaution, but yet when there's injuries, we need to get these young men to where that they can seek further medical attention.
Absolutely. Another timeout called. Arab, they're having a little trouble. They're probably even trying to go further deeper in the lineup than the second team because they're having trouble getting the right personnel. So Coach Osmond called a timeout. I tell you, this Arab team, it's a 47-14. First half, every time they touched the ball, they scored. Aggie defense, which we thought after last week that was going to be the strong point of this team after the way they played against Oak Mountain. Makes you wonder now, if Arab played Oak Mountain, I'd put money on Arab.
Oh, I would too.
Oh, yeah.
I think the Arabian Knights would be able to. If Oak Mountain beats them, I guarantee at the end of the night they're going to know that they were in a fight for a ball game because these guys are physical.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you're a physical football team and you don't make mistakes and you don't do silly things, you got a shot. I mean, you're in every game that you're going to compete in.
Coach Osmond said he was talking about strengths, and he said one of the areas I think we need to work on is kicking. I think that's the only black eye that you could give them right now is a couple of missed extra points and kickoff coverage.
Aiden Gant checks in for the Aggies, a new face, so it's going to be Arab 1st and 15. Quarterback turns, hands off up the gut, 40, 45, breaks the tackle, midfield to the 45. First down, Arab, a gain of 16. New back in the game. That's Aldridge again, the sophomore running back, and a gain of 16. First down, Arab.
Coach, when you watch that, that's a physical offensive line, but more importantly, that is knowing who and where you are going to block. That's a hat on a hat. You got linemen coming downfield into the second level, hat on hat, and linebackers, and the running back's in the secondary before he's even being touched by an Aggie.
Well, like you said, John, it's not just at the first level. They're getting the second level too.
First down, 45-yard line. Quarterback Cook. Cook turns, hands off, and a whistle.
I think we got one of the Arabian Night players was pulling Barry.
Yeah.
And maybe in Canadian ball you can leave a minute or a second and a half before the snap of the football, but he was going to get there.
Coming up next Friday night, we'll be on the road at Boaz. Arab, they're not in their region yet next week. They're going to be at Brewer, so a little rivalry game next week.
Hey, I want to make a correction on stats right quick. We was talking about O'Reilly earlier.
Right.
I was wrong. He has 6 carries, 96 yards.
That's a huge difference, Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to work on
You got to put him in one more play to get 4 yards, though.
High snap over the head, bouncing back. Cook will fall on it way back at the 35-yard line. That's something I can see the Knights working on with the second team. That's a couple of times the new center has snapped it over the head of Cook.
Yeah, and sometimes, those guys get in there and they get excited. They're trying to make their block. They're trying to make the snap, and they're young. They're under the Friday night lights. But credit the Arabian Night quarterback. When the ball got over his head, rather than trying to pick it up and do something with it, Barry, he just fell on it to live to play for another down here on second down.
All the way back to the Arab 36. Got to go to the Aggie 36 for a first down. This time high snap. Cook pulls it down, hands off up the middle. 40, 41, 42-yard line. Short gain. Couple of Aggies over there. Trying to see which numbers. One of the Aggies slow getting up. They fell on him. I think that's, who's that? That's Felix again. Felix had a good game last week in the Jamboree game.
Yeah, Felix did a good job right there coming up from his defensive or from his linebacker position, able to make that tackle. I think he's holding his shoulder. I think he kind of got driven down by the pile into the turf.
Third down, 8:45 to go on the game. Arab on their 42. So it's a third down, 20-something to go. We're watching the clock. They're going to milk all the clock they can. Arab up 47-14, 8:33 to go in the game. High snap, Cook pulls it down, hands off Aldridge left side. Ooh. Nice hit over there on the side by Aiden Carr, who came replacing Henderson when he went out with the injury. Carr, he was banged up some last year, but he's always been just a very good-looking, impressive football player. I like watching Aiden play. Good ball player.
He has a great job there as a linebacker. He was just scraping down the line, watching what was going on.
Yep.
When he saw the gap that the running back was going to get in the hole, he went and filled that gap, made a solid tackle, and then drove the Arabian Night running back out of bounds on the far boundary.
Evan Jordan back deep. You mentioned earlier, Chris, Evan had a good return on the special teams. He's back deep.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him give him a chance to return this one. He's back deep at his 25, the return man. Great kick. Wow, the punter. Jordan going back to the 15. He's got a chance to return it. He stumbles, slips, and he is drilled. Yeah.
I felt sorry for him because number 38 for Arab had him around the feet, and he was still trying to get loose. And unfortunately, there was another Arabian Night in the territory in the same zip code. And that young man, Barry, he gets up, and he's looking down at the ground a little bit like, wow.
He was popped.
He kind of couldn't protect himself.
He was popped. Injury-wise, Keith, I know Gant was shaken up. He's been kind of hobbling around. I'm not sure if you can tell anything about him, but we haven't seen him. Well, you don't need to see him again whether you're down 47-14, but he's been kind of hopping around since second quarter.
Yeah, other than Isaac, he's the one that I've kind of got on my mind. We hopefully can get him out of here and get him to next week. Other than that, I know Tillman's had a little finger issue since early on.
All right. At the Aggies, they do not switch quarterbacks. Howard hands off. Nice run, 25-30, 35-yard line. How about that? Jordan Laredo. You talked about him, Keith. That was an impressive run by Laredo.
Yeah, that's the kid I saw a couple of videos on earlier on in fall camp, and he just looks like he runs it really hard, and he's a thicker back. He brings a lot to the hole when he gets in there. So somebody I've wanted to see. I think he's going to be a really good backup for us.
He's a sophomore, 5'7", 193. Laredo, probably one of the longest runs we've had in the game, Chris.
Yes, it is.
To the 34-yard line, first down Aggies, 7:09 to go in the game. Andy Howard stays in. We got same receivers in, hands off to Laredo again, 35. He runs over a man, punishes him with a lick. They're going to drop him at the 38-yard line, a gain of 4.
Laredo doing a good job right now, and you still got that starting group, which, guys, we know that our offensive line is young. And so when you say you're trying to put your twos out there, well, guys, we got so much youth on the offensive line that we need to give them a shot to kind of gel and get a little bit better to have any hope against Boaz next week and go into the 7A.
I agree.
Great job there blocking for 4 yards.
Give them all the experience they can get out there. Second down and 6 from 37. Howard, quick drop throws left side, a one-hopper. In the dirt to his brother Hayden Howard. He was open. It would have been just a 2-3 yard gain. So now it's third down coming up.
Coach English is actually the quarterback's coach. He's not going to like that throw because it would have been a completion, not for the first down, but it would have gained 4, 5, 6 yards, Barry. And Andy Howard just kind of short-armed that one to Hayden Howard and just kind of bounced it off the turf. But that should have been an easy pitch and catch.
What's Andy's numbers tonight, Chris? Not a whole lot, right?
No, he's like 9 of 15 for 47.
He'll hand off to Laredo. Nope, he fakes. Good fake. Those down the middle. Incomplete off the hands of his brother, but that was thrown high, and he knew the minute he was going to touch the ball, he was going to be hit, which he was. Incomplete, fourth down coming up. Going back to Andy's numbers, a lot of those incompletions were incompletions, and he was just running from the defense, just trying to make something happen and just running for his life.
I would completely agree, running for his life. You had 3 solid defensive linemen for the Arabian Nights in their starting defense, and they were winning that area around the line of scrimmage. But you also got to credit Howard on some of those completions, Barry. I mean, throwing them sidearm, throwing them off of his back foot. The young man, I know, has not had the numbers that he would necessarily want, but he's played a pretty decent game at quarterback, being under the pressure that he's been all night.
So fourth down, they'll punt it away, 4th and 6. I think one of the Aggies for the punt lined up. Are they going to flag us for that? The Aggies call a timeout in time.
No, he was at the 40-yard line.
Maybe a heat timeout. Well, hopefully anyway. But anyway, there's a timeout. 6:19 to go. Arab on top, 47-14. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
With your Citizens Bank and Trust digital wallet, your busy life just got a lot less complicated. The Citizens Bank and Trust digital wallet is compatible with Apple, Google, and Samsung Pay, and it's available right now on your mobile device. Citizens Bank and Trust. Small bank, big difference.
Since 1943, the Municipal Utilities Board has been meeting utility needs of the citizens of Albertville and surrounding areas. From keeping your home comfortable to providing necessary expansions and supporting industrial and commercial growth, MUB provides the utilities you rely on in your everyday life. Electricity, water, wastewater, all at a reasonable cost. MUB is committed to providing reliable service today and resources tomorrow. MUB is proud to be a supporter of this community channel broadcast.
Established in 1946, Kirkpatrick Concrete has a tradition of top quality products and service. They now have 11 North Alabama locations to meet this area's demand for quality ready-mix concrete. For your next project, your friends at Kirkpatrick Concrete are just down the road.
You also look at it this way, as far as Marshall County, Arab quickly jumps on top in the county with a win here against Albertville. And a lot of people in preseason were talking about, this could be one of the best teams in the county. Best teams in the region, Arab, they're very good. Howard's kick, nobody back deep. It's going to bounce 35-30. I'd like to see Andy's punting average tonight because with the bounce and the rolls, that one rolls all the way to the Arab 27. He had one earlier, Chris, about 50, 55 yards after
easily,
the roll.
Yeah.
So Andy, he's had a busy night punting. And that's what I think really put the Aggies in a little bit of trouble in the first half, Keith, the fact that we put our defense in a tough spot because of the first three drives we had three plays and punt, and the defense did not get a breather there in the first quarter.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And when you get gas like that and you don't have the depth, the experienced depth to come in and kind of spell your guys, you just kind of get gassed first of the game, and then it just lingers the rest of the ball game.
Then you're playing a very physical, good team like A-Rab. That makes it even worse when not only you're tired, but then you got to go out there and face that team, which they're so physical. Coach Osment, they brought it last year, playoff team, had a good year last year. This team, I could see them when they dropped back a class to 5A. I couldn't see them. Now, they have some good teams in the region, but I could see, just looking on paper, you got Douglas, Boaz, Gunnersville, Arab, Scottsboro, maybe, as the teams fighting for a playoff spot. You throw in Crossville and Sardis, who've been down the past couple of years. But with a win like this tonight, a lot of confidence. I can see them get ready for Boaz, Gunnersville down the stretch. Man, that Boaz and Gunnersville game is going to be huge. And Douglas for Arab.
Oh, I think so. And I think the Arabian – Barry, I went back and looked. Did you know that they're 7 for 7? Their first 7 drives, 7 touchdowns. Wow. This is going to be a tough team in the county, a tough team in their region to hang with.
Yeah, Coach Osmond has a very talented group here, offense and defense. So Arab with the ball. Back on the 27-yard line, 6:07 to go in the game. High snap, bobbles it, picks it up. Cook has it, trying to run for his life, and he is drilled. 3, 4, 5 Aggies. That's about the third or fourth time he's had a bad snap, and this time the middle of the Aggie defense right there. The first Aggie there was Julius Staten.
Yeah, good job there by J.J. Staten blowing it up in the middle, but Barry, I think the quarterback took his eye off of that one because that one kind of came up about shoulder pad level. Keith, you're down there field level. I think the quarterback took his eye off of it trying to run the play, and just like a receiver, went through his hands.
Yeah, that one wasn't as high as the other ones. It was a little high, but it looks like they got another quarterback in.
5 yards back, second down and 15. Yep, new quarterback checks in. Hands off right side, gets the corner, 25-30. Nice job over there stringing it out. It's Hunter Isbell. Hunter came in, played well last week in the Jamboree game. First Aggie over there, making the tackle.
Yeah, Hunter Isbell doing a good job, was here at the corner. He had to protect the sidelines. Arabian Night wide receiver blocking him. Hunter Isbell, I remember coaching him in Pee Wee. He was a great kid, great tackler back then. Threw the wide receiver off, stepped up, made a great tackle for a gain of about 4 or 5.
Yeah, new quarterback in. That's 14, Zach Holman, the 6'1 freshman. So that's the third quarterback they've used. Looks like another running back. Nope, that's the same young man from a few minutes ago. High snap again, chasing it down, falls on it back on the 20-yard line, and there's another bad snap. Did a good job that time by Holman, just falling on it, avoiding the turnover.
I'm not best friends or anything with Lee Osmond, the coach at Arab. My assumption would be is we're going to have a lot of second-string shotgun snaps at practice
yep.
this coming week.
Yep.
That's just going to be
You're probably right, John.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that we're going to start every practice with about 50 of them just before we get started.
Hey, you think they might get a little exercise in before they do those snaps?
Yeah, I'm thinking they're going to.
Des Revolte checks in, and probably one of the fastest players in the school. Back deep, Revolte going back. Got a chance. Oh, bounces off his shoulders. He's chasing at 30. Better fall on it. He does back at the 27. If he could ever catch one, we could see what he could do on the return.
I know it.
That one went over his head. It bounced off his shoulder pads, and luckily he was able to chase it down. So by the time he falls on it, we're back on our 27-yard line.
Could you put a guy back there to catch it and then lateral it to him really, really quick? And just say, there you go.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, they're young. Guys, they're
Yeah.
young, and that's just a play where Revolte's coming up. He's trying to make a play on the ball. He wants to get a spark plug here for his team late in the game. And just, he's instead of trying to turn and settle under it, he's trying to get it, Barry, on the run, and it just bounces off of his shoulder pad. Just a young player making a young play.
Number 74, Eli Bonilla, checks in, offensive line for the Aggies. Help me get some of the new faces in here. Looks like Jordan Garrett, number 22, in at wide receiver. I think that's Heflin. Has Heflin checked in at quarterback? He has. Hands off to Laredo. Laredo wrapped up with a line of scrimmage, nowhere to go but down.
Yeah, and right there, guys, that was 3 defensive linemen doing a good job, but they actually brought both linebackers on the blitz. And when they ran that underneath handoff, just nowhere for him to go. And Barry, looks like we've got number 64, Jace Golden, one of the linemen coming out. He may have got dinged up a little bit. No, he just got checked out.
Yeah, Evan McManus checks back in. Saw him earlier. Trying to see some of the others. Is that Chase Bynum? Maybe, no. Can't tell.
You've
about
also got 69 Chance McClendon.
Yep,
that's
it.
Adam McClendon's son. He's in. He's a 10th grader.
2nd and 12, Laredo. Oh, wow, he has popped at the 26-yard line. Not much there at all. Reese Knight in at wide receiver. He's played some earlier. I think that says number, is it 16? If it's 16, I don't have a 16.
Yeah, I don't either.
He checked in.
16 is
it 18?
18.
I can't see the jerseys kind of
18.
wadded
18
up
is
there.
Cooper Scott.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah, 18 be wide. That's Cooper.
Yep, there you go. The jersey's kind of wadded up. It is 18. Other Aggies, let's see. McManus, we mentioned him. He's in there. Is that 50 over on the other side? Daniel Wright, maybe one of the linemen. Looks like he checked in. It's 3rd down and 12, 2:31 to go in the game. Heflin, Jalen Heflin, young man from Crossville. The backup, high snap, bounces off the head of Laredo. Did Heflin get it back somehow?
He did, barely. He was able to get under him barely.
That was one of those wacky plays of the game. The ball went off Heflin's hands, bounced off the head of Laredo, the running back, and luckily Heflin was able to get it back before the fumble. So not much progress on that drive. It's going to be 4th down at about 20.
Barry, when that thing went off of Heflin's hands and got to bouncing around, there was an Arabian Night that was so close to getting there, and I thought if he gets that might have been a scoop and score from the 15-yard line if Heflin doesn't get his hands on it.
1:49 to go in the game. They wrap up 47-14. Aggies will punt the ball away. Good kick. High kick. It's going to bounce at midfield. Another Aggie bounce all the way down to the 42-yard line. And as we near the end of the game, at a game like this, it's hard to pick out because there's not many offensive stats, Chris. When you talk about a player of the game, it's tough to pick out one. A couple of guys jump out at me, but it's tough a night like this. Arab has just controlled this game from beginning to end.
Well, you think about the only touchdown we scored, who scored it?
And we've had Cooper Colvin and then Hollis on the interception return.
Yeah.
You may have to my vote would be Hollis. The reason is he's been in the secondary all game. He's had a tough night that defense has, but still, you're late in the game. You're getting whipped. You don't give up. You play your job. You do your job. And you pick off a pass and return it for a touchdown. The defense never gave up, even though you've been just outmanned the entire game, basically. 42-yard line. Arab will take a knee on this one, let the clock wind down.
And you can tell the referees are kind of knowing what, because I think about 4 of the offensive linemen moved before the snap of the ball, knowing that they were going to take a knee.
So what do you think, player of the game? Any other ideas? Because offensively, there just wasn't a lot of total yards, Chris. What, less than 100 yards for the Aggies?
Probably, yeah.
Right around 100 yards?
Yeah.
And that's pushing it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like your pick, Barry.
It's tough.
Tell you what, we'll decide during the break.
That's fine. I mean, great job by Arab. Hats off to Coach Osmond and the Arabian Knights. Just a good ball team. They're going to win this one, taking another knee, 47-14. We'll see if Keith can grab Coach English after the game. Hey, Coach, he's in it going to talk to us, win or lose, because he's seen what we've seen. You know, he got to be disappointed because I talked to him this week coming out of the Oak Mountain game. He felt good about the game, but man, this A-Rab team was so physical, and just like Keith said, just popped you in the mouth right from the get-go. In 3 plays and punt on their first drive of the game, then A-Rab takes it, and the next 7 times they touched the ball, they scored.
I mean, just a very well-coached Lee Osmond physical football team. You saw it last year. They jumped on the Aggies early, and I know we're going to break this down a little bit more, but they jumped on the Aggies early again this year, and actually, I think, poured a little more juice on them this time, Barry.
They did. To me, this was more, I don't know what you think, but more of a whipping than last year. Last year, it was more of an Ed Johnson show. We just couldn't stop Johnson. Tonight, it was a complete team whipping from A-Rab. It wasn't just 1 or 2 players who controlled the game. This one, the entire team just played well for A-Rab. And the Aggies just didn't have an answer for a lot of it. Keith, what are your thoughts on this? I mean, A-Rab, to me, very impressive ball team.
Yeah, you said it right there. They're a solid. I would say, even though it's week 1, they're a complete team. Like John said, that Coach Osmond said we can work on our kicking game, and our field goal guy. So if that's what you're trying to pick out, and that's what you're trying to work on going into week 1, you've got a solid football team, and that's what they are. You've got just a solid football team on that side of the field. And if you can play as physical as they do, and you can limit mistakes, you're going to be in any game that you play, and that's just what they've got over at A-Rab right now. They've just got a solid football team and a solid football program.
They got some good athletes. You start off with the defensive lineman, Will Kinnear, the senior, transferred in from Buckhorn, 6'3", 221. He controlled. The Aggies sometimes were double teaming him, and he still beat the double team in the first and second quarter. The guy was just unbelievable. As far as stats, Chris, stats tell it all. The Aggies, less than 100?
Oh, yeah. They had total 76 yards.
Wow. Total offense. What about A-Rab on the other hand?
539.
Woo.
539 yards.
Yeah.
And most of it came on the ground. They had a couple of big pass plays, but most of it was on the ground.
They had 400 yards rushing.
Yeah.
Hey folks, Tim Witt at Sand Mountain Toyota. Our goal is to be Sand Mountain's pre-owned vehicle destination. We strive to keep vehicles for every budget, and all of our vehicles go through a strict multi-point inspection by our award-winning service department. And don't forget, we're paying top dollar for your vehicle. We want to buy your vehicle. Sand Mountain Toyota, Highway 431 Albertville, or sandmountaintoyota.com.
Your local Foodland Market. Your store for everyday low prices and weekly specials with savings on every aisle and friendly customer service throughout the store. We sell only the best USDA inspected meats. Our trained meat cutters offer fresh cut meats to your specification. Our fruits and vegetables are always fresh, quality and variety you deserve every day. Your local Foodland Market, where savings plus service plus selection equals satisfaction.
Foodland, your football tailgating headquarters.
When my dad wanted a new mower, he'd say, "Come on, buddy, let's go see Jim, our local Toro dealer." For service, I'd hear, "Come on, buddy, let's call Jim." So naturally, I got my mower here. Some things never change, right, buddy? Well, some things. Real people, real support. You can't beat the personal service from your neighborhood Toro dealer. There's a Toro dealer like Jim in your town.
Visit the helpful, knowledgeable staff at Bond's Appliance on Gunner Avenue in Gunnersville.
Since 1952, Wilkes Tire and Battery Service in Albertville has been the best place to take your vehicle for service you can trust. The Wilkes family takes pride in carrying on a tradition of providing great service, working with integrity, and giving back to the community. For tires, batteries, auto services, and more, choose people you can trust. At Wilkes Tire and Battery Service, we get you started and keep you going.
So the Knights, like you were saying, John, they're good now, and it's still game 1. We're just now getting the season started. And they doesn't look like they're in mid-season form.
I think Keith's getting close to getting over there with. No, I agree. I'm putting some notes together for when we close this thing up while we were waiting on Keith to get over there.
Yeah. But again, if you want to vote on the, we mentioned earlier, Tillman Plunkett, our student athlete of the week, something we're doing. We're honoring not only a player who does great things on the field, but also in the classroom. And Tillman, fantastic student. He's our student athlete of the week, sponsored by Poppy Doobies of Albertville. And you'll get a gift card to go have a nice meal there. And our player of the game, that's up to you guys. If I had to vote, I'd vote for it's hard to find a highlight, but Anthony Hollis, late in the game, picked off, had a pick six return. Yeah. The defense had been pounded all night long, but the defense, they still never gave up. And the young man did his job, played it well, picked off a pass, and returned it for a touchdown.
Yeah, I think you got to go with that. I agree. When you look at spark plugs during the game, Hollis able to make that interception, and it worked his tail off into some adverse conditions there and was able to get that pick six and carry it 52 yards to the house. I like the fact, let's go with that. I like him for the Legends player of the game.
Yep, that's from the Legends of Albertville. Like John said, why be average when he can be legendary?
Absolutely.
So he'll have a gift card for this.
Horizon Communications' archives of local high school sports and school programs now spans decades and generations, covering multiple sports and programs. DVDs of these memorable events make the perfect gift for any occasion, and the cost is simple and affordable. The first game or program DVD is $20, the second game or program is $15, and then any others are only $10 each, all on their own individual DVD. Pre-1990 games converted from coaches' films are as low as $5 per game. We have hundreds of games from the late 50s on up. Give us a call at 256-582-7373, message us on Facebook, or email mharden@horizoncommunications.net to check the availability of your desired event. Let Horizon Communications help you with the gift of video to be treasured for a lifetime. Since 1992, Horizon Communications has brought you community channel programming. As we're preparing for another season of high school sports, we'd like to take this opportunity to thank our many loyal community-minded sponsors who've supported Horizon's local origination programming through the years. We encourage our local viewers to patronize our local sponsors and let them know how much you enjoy Horizon's community channel broadcast. For information on joining our team of community channel broadcast sponsors, give Mike Harden a call at 256-582-7373. Family-owned and operated Discount Building Supply in Warrenton is a whole lot more than building supplies and hardware. Stop by and browse their 130,000 square foot home center. You'll find popular smoker grills with supplies and seasonings, family outing and tailgate supplies, Yeti coolers, outdoor and hunting apparel, landscape management supplies, boathouse products, and everything to beautify your outdoor living space. Discount Building Supply and Home Center. 3 generations of the Walker family proudly serving your family.